Woo! Now, we just got one thing left to do. George Kittle's got to be signed. Austin Hooper got over 10 mil. I think he got 10 mil. So George has got to put him behind him, man. But the legendary offseason tour continues because now we're about to find out. The draft is just around the corner. We're talking now down to a matter of weeks. NFL 2020 draft. Jerry, Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs. Those are all great options for the 49ers. But hey, how many times have the 49ers ignored all the golden boys and went and got somebody else? And it paid huge dividends. There could be somebody out there the 49ers are looking at. But these are the headline guys. These are the guys that clearly are seen to be the difference makers, the playmakers, the game changers. But are they really? You see, in Kyle Shanahan's system, my imagination says Shanahan's probably going to make you good no matter what kind of offensive player you are. You can be average to good. But fam, if you are elite, can you imagine what Shanahan could do for you and what you could do for the 49ers if you're one of those elite guys? This could be the year because Shanahan's been searching for this guy for a long time. The 49ers entered the start of the new league year with the number 131 pick in the first round and not a second or third or fourth round number. I mean a one, right? A lot of us assume the 49ers would trade out of the first round to collect more draft assets, and that still is a possibility. But no, the 49ers made a shocking move trading DeForest Buckner to the Indianapolis Colts for the number 13 overall pick. What? What? Every time I think about it, I still say, what? You got to trust these guys. For the most part, they know what they're doing. Usually, they know what they're doing. I would say 80% of the time they know what they're doing. They do have a 20% where they screw up. They do. We just don't look at that and say anything, but they do. And with that move, the 49ers now are in position to select one of the top three wide receivers in the loaded class. The judgments are being made by them being the top three due to a lot of factors. So you can argue with it, but I don't know that it'd be a sensible argument. You know what I mean? The only question is, should they be gunning for Oklahoma CeeDee Lamb or one of the Alabama stars in Jerry Jeudy or Henry Ruggs? Now, these guys, each one of them has a skill set that falls right in line with Kyle's looking for, is I think, what is the biggest deal here. But you know what? This is like asking a superhero whose crew you want to roll with, baby. You want to go with the Avengers and Marvel? You want to go with the DC guys and the Justice League? Or you go with the Fantastic Four? The answer is yes to all three, but you got to make a choice. Go ahead and size them up, fam. Let's size them up. Let's size them up. Let's size them up. CeeDee Lamb. Lamb has been well documented for quite some time. He's been ranked just behind Jeudy on most big boards due to what is perceived weakness as a route runner. You know how Kyle feels about that. But that skill was improved during his final year in Norman, Oklahoma, and he now could be the first wide receiver taken off the board. Maybe. Because that boy's upside is crazy. I don't know, with a lot of coaching, he could be the best of the three golden boys. Lamb has superior hands to Jeudy. He's tenacious after the catch. He really is. I watch his clips, but Deebo, you know what? You guys might be related. I'll tell you what, he has great body control, ball skills, and instincts. He doesn't have the straight speed of Ruggs, but his natural gift should allow him to be the focal point in offense at the NFL level. Lamb is the name you hear in the same sentence being compared to the invincible, wait for it. You hear Lamb's name mentioned in the same sentence with D-Hop? Are you serious? I mean, you think, oh, man, I tell you, And then that's regarding his upside. Okay, pairing him with Deebo Sanders, letting Kyle Shanahan find ways to get him in space to make people miss would be ridiculous. You fam, you know what though? Don't get your hopes up too high. There's little chance, from where it looks now, Lamb falls past. The Raiders aren't going to let Lamb get past them. Although to decide what the Raiders are going to do, you probably shouldn't. Nobody knows what who's going to do. Lady Luck is showing up at these drafts before, fam. We'll see if that's what Kyle wants. Kyle just may get it. And then there's Jerry Jeudy. Jeudy was viewed as a top 4 pick into the season, but he's been the victim of pretty much overanalyzing. There's no doubt about Jeudy being an elite receiver. There is not. I mean, Mrs. Judy's baby boy inflicted damages all over the field at Bama. And he'll likely settle in the slot role in the NFL. But do we need him to do that for us? A slot receiver? Of course, with Shanahan, a slot receiver doesn't mean anything. He'll put you in the slot, and he'll put you anywhere else, too. Shanahan doesn't believe in positions. If you got skills, you'll be used. Jeudy is 6'1", 192-pound package that comes complete with great footwork, is an elite route runner, and has a top-end speed to be a consistent vertical threat at the NFL level. He's outrageous when it comes to beating press coverage. Fam, you got to watch. Last year I said Dante Pettis, as far as going running routes and people try to keep up, it's just stupid. Jeudy has that skill, and he's got dog in him. It comes to beating press coverage. He's man and has uncanny stop and start ability. I love when guys can do that. The hands are great, but sometimes he does lose concentration and drops the easy ones. Now, see, that reminds me of Dante, too. See, I don't know how do you train guys not to do that? Meanwhile, Jeudy has all the skills to offer immediate production for whichever team picks him up. Calls his name. If it's a Niners, look for somebody. No, it's not that. I've talked too fast sometimes. I swallowed down the wrong pipe, but let me wash it down. Don't do it. Don't talk about it. Anyway, if they do pick it, boy, look for somebody to be handing Shanahan a towel. The man will be drooling. This pairing would be quick slants and big play post catches to the point. We would probably be begging Kyle. Kyle, stop, man. Stop it. We'd be laughing so hard at the defense trying to cover. We just it's another touchdown. It ain't even the first quarter. He had 49 minutes in the end zone. How many times? So, these are things you can't give to Kyle Shanahan, and the league probably knows it, too. And then there is Henry Ruggs. Speed, and more speed. Ruggs will step into the NFL and immediately be the second fastest player in the league, only next to Tyreek Hill. Ruggs put on a show at the combine. The man flashed down the track running 4.27 in 40. That boy could step. Now, here's the thing. You had to put him in the top tier along with Lamb and Jeudy. Now, Bama's scheme versatility got Ruggs the ball with room to work, allowing him to blaze past defenses. And fam, you and I know Saban and company know nothing about scheming compared to NFL Jedi. Coach Kyle Shanahan. Ooh, God. Oh, man. Ruggs may not only be available, but in the Niners, but I'm telling you, fam, I'm going to tell you right now, Jeudy and Lamb are just extraordinary, but I'm going to tell you right now, if Jeudy and Lamb, either one of them are left on the board along with Ruggs, there's going to be Ruggs. He's got a unique skill set that we don't have. He may not only be available, but as I say, don't let Henry's speed fool you either. He's a good route runner from what I understand with elite burst and acceleration. He's obviously a vertical threat. In fact, watch a clip with Ruggs. Ruggs is 6'1". That dude went up. He could be in the NBA. Ruggs could get up off the floor like there's jets in his shoes. He went up with the ball. I'm talking to the hoop. He went up with the ball. I mean, the dude came in, he looked like Michael Jordan from the distance he came from. Slam dunk. I said, God, oh my God, oh, what? See, this freak is not human, man. I'm telling you. With that kind of speed and vertical, whew, Lord have mercy. Him and Deebo running from opposite ends of the line of scrimmage, stuck behind Jimmy G on a jet. Freak out every DC in the NFL. In fact, I don't know who people be rooting for because Deebo knows how to run that jet sweep. And as soon as they teach him how to do it, Ruggs, you see, no matter what you do, you're going to get your butt beat. You're going to get beat. Ruggs' ability to make contested catches also was underrated, as I just mentioned, as defenders often bounced off him without impeding his path to the ball. That makes him Deebo with speed. Henry's mama raised him right on plenty of beans and rice and cornbread. Fam, this dude is strong. He's got it. To say Ruggs would be a dynamic weapon for Shanahan and the 49ers would be an understatement. Okay? There's no telling the number of ways Shanahan could scheme up to get Henry the ball in the open field. Fam, you make your call, but Lamb, Jeudy, Ruggs are three choices with almost no wrong answer. But if I had to bet it, I'd say Jeudy or Ruggs maybe wear the red and gold come September. Jeudy for the route running and versatility would be perfect for 49ers. Shanahan loves him a route run because all the timing routes and things like that, you can't be out there messing up on the route. Because then everybody be hollering, oh, Jimmy, you done thrown another damn INT, but they don't really know the wide receiver screwed up. But Jesus stands back there and gets all the blame. So, Shanahan does not need, he does need that speed, though, to maximize his offense to render a defense completely helpless. That's the thing. As you make the call, fam. I'm telling you right now, I'll put my money on Ruggs if he's available. Jeudy looks awfully good. Lamb is somebody who's going to need a little bit of training. Kyle's going to go with the shortest route to success. If you got another guy you want to pencil in, you think could be better than the top three, but the 49ers stay at 13 and don't trade it out, they just may have their choice of one of these three. However, if they do trade out of the first round, there are many choices in the second round, most likely. It ain't no bad. There's a few. You can't make a mistake. If you want a secondary player, you want a wide receiver, you trade out of the first round to pick up some more assets, it's all good. You can't hardly make a mistake this year in the draft, especially with the 49ers, because you already got a team that's already Super Bowl ready. They just need a couple of players that could take them right over the edge. And sustainability for years to come. Now, you lost Emmanuel Sanders, but he was only going to have a couple more seasons anyway. DeForest Buckner was too expensive, was going to limit you from any depth on your team. The question is, did the 49ers get better? Possibly, most likely, due to the fact that without depth, we would have been in trouble. Emmanuel Sanders, I say, only had a couple more seasons. You had to pay him top dollar. You still need to pay George. The 49ers may know exactly what they're doing, and they could pay huge dividends. You make the call. Hey, Ben Cemental Ford. You changed that name, didn't you? Thanks, fam. Goodwin is underrated, one of the fastest in the NFL, and he could be back. Ain't nobody said nothing about Marquise being gone yet either. Here's the thing. Let me just one thing on you. If they pick up Jeudy, Kyle might be going between Jeudy. I don't think he's at the Lamb. He may be going between Ruggs and Jeudy. If he picks up Jeudy and Ruggs is gone, Marquise is in the mix. Why? Because you can bring Marquise back and let him be the guy to take the top off. If Ruggs is available, he's going to go with Ruggs so he can save money. That's just the way it works. And Ruggs is going to take care of Marquise's job, and he's going to be Ruggs. It gets fun, don't it? Josh Watt says, what's up? What's up, Josh? Think we'll get wide receiver T. Higgins, Clemson, cornerback, A.J. Terrell, Clemson O-line. And look at T. Higgins' film. Somebody mentioned him to me the other day, I think. I haven't got to let Ralph look at all the film. I looked at the top three, though. T. Higgins can run routes super smooth, and he's physical. And to top it off, is 6'4", and the ball in the air is 80-20% chance of catching it. He hovers over the defenders. They have a chance. They have zero chance. Okay. It's about route running with Kyle, though. He's got to be able to run around. We just need someone that can create his own space. I don't know if that's Higgins. That's what I'm saying, Jamie. Kyle hates a guy that can't run route. I really do think he does. He told George Kittle last season, George Kittle's tight end, you need to improve your route running. George went, what? Gally Mills, I want Jeudy too, but I think he's gone by third tier. Yep. We will probably get either Jeudy, Lamb, or Ruggs. All right. James and Kyle talked to two guys that come by Jeudy and Ruggs. I'm telling you. He may like Lamb, and he may like Lamb the best, is why he didn't say anything to him. You know how the strategy goes? They be playing games like crazy at the combine. Jerry Fresh, what's up, fam? Benny Blanco from the Bronx. He says, why is everyone obsessed with wide receiver? Benny, mainly because Kyle's been looking for one for the last 3 years. Ever since he first came. Look at the OBJ situation. They went for broke on him. Kyle is looking for a wide receiver. Ain't no doubt about it. Christmas is once again, John Lynch needs to use his power and keep Kyle in the background. Kyle wanted C.J. Beathard and Kirk Cousins. Ooh, enough said. Jerry Jeudy is a badass. Oh, after 6, as far as wide receiver is concerned, we don't know what the brass is thinking about Hurd and Taylor. They want to look at Hurd and Taylor. They drafted him last year too high. And Taylor's going to be tough to beat if he's healthy. I don't care who they bring in. Taylor's tough. Unfortunately, Solomon and Pettis didn't do much. Otherwise, we might have a chance to trade on draft day. See, there's another good point out. Solomon and Dante didn't do anything to attract anybody to even think about draft or trading for him. He says, unfortunately, Solomon and Pettis. Yeah, okay, we got that one. I just did that one. And we go to the phone now before I go too long here. Get back to your stuff in a minute. John V, I see you, fam. You got the pen jumping around. Thanks, fam. Hey, do it. Dion.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D, man, I'm getting ready for the draft, man. I'm getting pumped up way too early. But, I'm thinking, my God, if they don't draft out of the first round, what is live at 13, D?
Man, you know me. I want the kid from Clemson. I want Isaiah, man. I want that dude bad. His versatility is unmatched. I like him. And I think that he'll do it. Don't get me wrong. I love Dre, I love Quan, and I like Fred. But as you see, what happened with Quan? He went down.
Could go down again.
And Aziz Al-Shaair is not going to be dependable. Dude misses tackles very often. So you can't depend on him. But if we do go wide receiver, I'm starting to lean a little more toward Ruggs just because of his top-end speed. I do like the fact that, he keeps the defense at bay and, that he's great. But I honestly feel like we need to at least go, possibly cornerback. I don't see us trying to replace DeForest with that pick. But my gut tells me John and Kyle are going wide receiver. Then they're going to trade that 31st pick for at least a second and a third or a third and a fourth. They're going to get something for it to be able to compensate for the fact that we don't have anything for 2, 3, and 4. Mm-hmm. We only got 5, 6, and 7. Mm-hmm. So if we do draft a wide receiver and somebody like Jeudy is there, go get him. If Ruggs is there, go get him. But I see a couple of times. I see somebody with Ruggs like him. I don't see his speed being taken for granted. Somebody's gonna want him really quickly. But I'm telling you right now, we will definitely make do with what we got, and we'll stretch it. John's been pretty good the last couple of years at stretching everything and making things right as far as using our draft picks and being able to pick up those gems. And hell, who knows? We might actually get into the 5th round and find another damn gem. Find us another George Kittle
consistent with
or
that,
something like that.
Or Dre Greenlaw.
He's been very consistent. Look at great Dre Greenlaw, George Kittle. Greenlaw came out of nowhere, and we didn't even think he was going to see the field, but from the sideline. As soon as Quan went down, seamless transition. That's what I'm saying. So we have all the tools to be able to continue to win. And I'm telling you, it's going to be beautiful next year. The revenge tour is on. People have no idea how great we're going to look and what we're going to do. And I tell you right now, the laughing stock of the NFC West is never going to be the Niners. And oddly enough, it's not even the Cardinals. It's the Los Angeles Rams.
Rams!
They're falling apart and rejoicing.
What
Lord,
a
rejoicing.
mess!
They just falling apart.
A
Left and right,
mess!
lost every damn body, cut every damn body, trade every damn body,
They
and
got
still
to.
haven't signed Jalen Ramsey. Still
Ramsey.
ain't gave that man money.
They
You
ain't
mortgage
they
your
ain't cut
future
enough
and then he
people
could
yet.
walk. You think he could walk? That would be ridiculous. See, we didn't lose too much with E-Man. We didn't lose too much. We didn't. We lost a couple of picks. I get it, but we didn't mortgage our future on him.
And we got to the Super Bowl because of it.
Imagine. Exactly. Imagine they'd lose all those people. And then they go, okay, Jalen, we're ready to pay you. And Jay goes, nah, I don't like that kind of money. I'm out. That would just be hilarious because the Seahawks ain't been doing nothing. They just been quiet, just sitting there watching everything go on. At least the Cardinals have been active. I'm actually very upset that they wouldn't got DeAndre Hopkins. I'm pretty pissed off about that because, you know, I
well, you
don't want to deal with him in our division.
But Dion, you know what? Like I say, you can't pay D Hop. You can't pay. You know, there's not enough money to pay D Hop, OBJ, any of these dudes rolling around. You got to go. You got to get your own number one. That's the way it works in the draft. Because if you got to pay one, you better have oodles and oodles of surplus cash.
And we're going to get that in the draft. We're going to get our number one in the draft. I feel like that's where we're headed. I want that linebacker, but I know he's not going to be there. Somebody going to pick him up, or we're going to pass on him. But if somehow, some freak of nature way, we can trade out of that 31st pick, and our next pick that comes up, he's still sitting there. If we draft him, that linebacking core is so secure. You could cut Aziz and let him go, and you imagine with just putting them young cats on the field like that. Our front four is still going to be ferocious. You know, we'll still plug and play dudes to be able to fill some of the void left by DeForest. But I mean, you think about it, man. We're still a solid team. We still have all our pieces.
Yeah. The window's wide open.
DeForest,
you got 3 years minimum.
We got everything.
Yeah. Well, D, we're gonna call it, and I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna look for you. They said already. Where it's Sunday. What am I talking about? Tomorrow Night Raw. Because Monday means something. Some news is gonna come flying through. We're gonna jump on it. All right. I see you there.
Right. Yep. We definitely will keep an eye on things. But so far, hey, we cut Person. That basically has solidified the Brunskill there and solidifies everything that we got going with him. But hey, you continue to stay blessed, man. Appreciate everything that you do. Have a good evening, brother.
You too.
And thanks for everything on the show, all right?
All right, dude. Thanks, fam. Have a good night. It's Dion. It's some Dion perspective. Hey, click him up, fam. Dion's got content going on the 49ers constantly, too. Dion. D with an I. Hey, Phil, chill pill, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil. Phil, what are you thinking here, man? Between those three,
Are
you going to venture outside of the three? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, Jerry Jeudy's my guy.
All right.
I mean, I watched the tape, and his route running ability is
just ridiculous.
Incredible.
Defenders are like
and I tell you what,
if we
got him along with Deebo, it would remind me of Jerry Rice and John Taylor. That's how good these guys could be. You know, and Jerry Jeudy has speed. He ran a 4.4, so it's not like he doesn't have speed, but he can also do the underneath stuff. Where Ruggs was more just a burner and you know, I like Ruggs over CeeDee Lamb. I just don't trust anybody coming out of the Big 12 because they don't play defense.
Yeah. Then there is that.
And watching the tape of CeeDee Lamb, sometimes he's just so wide open. Where's the defender? There was nobody on him. Where Jerry Jeudy and Ruggs are going up against the SEC, which has high caliber corners all throughout. You know, the whole
because if you got to play LSU once a year, you've already had if you get past him, because LSU always has a secondary. My God.
So I'm falling for Jerry Jeudy. I'm hoping the Raiders pick CeeDee Lamb, and it really depends upon the Raiders pick. I don't think the Jets are going to go wide receiver. I think they're going to go tackle, and I think those are the only teams that are going to want a wide receiver before the Niners. So, unless there's a trade and
Phil,
Denver moves up,
Phil, hold up. I just want to ask you on that one. How many teams do you see looking for a wide receiver before number 13? Nobody's putting that perspective yet.
The only one I see right now is the Raiders right before. The only one I see right now is the Raiders right before us. Denver could trade up, but, they need a wide receiver. But other than that, then you start falling back to Green Bay. There's no way they have the capital to move up to get one of these three wide receivers. So, and I think one of these three are going to be available. I'm hoping it's Jeudy. And then, like I said, with our second first-round pick, either trade back. But
one of the three, from what you just said, are thinking, one of the three is going to be gone, most likely. That means there's going to be a choice of two. You figure Judy's probably gone, Phil. The Raiders aren't going to let Jeudy get past him, right? Who do you think the Raiders want?
I think the Raiders are going to go Lamb, honestly.
You think?
It fits their mold better. But I think we're going to have a choice between Jeudy and Ruggs.
This is going to be interesting.
That would be my guess.
Yeah. All right.
And a lot of the mock drafts are playing it that way. So,
wow.
I don't know.
The choice, and there's other choices besides
the other
those
bet
two.
would be, if we lose all three wide receivers, then I would go the defensive lineman out of South Carolina. That's that Kayvon kid.
What was his
that
name?
would be a last resort.
Who'd you say?
What's his name?
Kinlaw?
The defensive lineman, Kayvon.
It's Kenlaw, I think, right?
Yeah,
that's the guy. Yeah, everybody's talking about him. Somebody put his stats up in the chat, though, the other day and made a joke about him only having like X amount of sacks in his entire time at school. It was just barely double digit. I don't know.
Well, he's the only guy rated up at that high level, but again, I think we didn't go after Sanders for a reason. I think the Niners are being more predictable. As you said back in the day, we drafted out of the, going with a tackle when nobody saw it. But I really think now that we've got only a few spots to fill on this team, since the whole team's coming back, it doesn't give us a lot of choices to make the team better this year.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Jerry Jeudy or Ruggs, who's ever available between those two. And I would go with my second pick. I'm hoping the corner from LSU, God, I forget his name, but
is that Gladney? Who's
not Gladney. Gladney doesn't fit our defensive
Delpit?
team.
Delpit's at LSU.
Yeah. No, he's a safety. I'm talking about the corner.
Oh, safety, that's right. I don't know about the corner situation there, though.
But then if he's not available, I would go with A.J. Terrell out of Clemson, a cornerback. But there's not much difference between the number 3 corner on the draft and the number 6 corner in the draft.
All right, there's a comparison.
So
all right, Phil.
At 31, we're sitting there.
Yeah.
And even we can move back and get one of those guys and then have another third-round pick to get an offensive lineman.
There you go. All right, Phil, we're out of time. And I'm going to look for you tomorrow night. You can contemplate a little more.
All right, Ronbo.
Tell us who you want. All right.
But I like Jeudy. Put my name down on the Jeudy camp.
There is. We should be taking tabs on this. How many people want Jeudy so far? I think we got actually pretty much everybody. I think takes Jeudy over Lamb, and others are not crazy about Ruggs because they don't think he offers enough as far as routing. All right, Phil, there you go. You're a Jeudy guy. Hey, in the chat, put down Jeudy, Ruggs, or other. I would love to total this. All right. Thanks, Phil. See you tomorrow. And we go to have a Dre day. Hey, Dre.
Yo, Ronbo, what's going on, my guy?
Dre, man, I'm looking at the options, man, because I could be wrong. I mean, Kyle, they may be thinking about something else besides a wide receiver. It just would seem with a team as complete as this one, because once you get to the Super Bowl, you ain't got a lot of holes. So I'm thinking Kyle's been dreaming and foaming at the mouth for a wide receiver that he calls his number one guy for a long time. Deebo is just about it, but he probably thinks he might be able to even build on that. But what are you thinking, Drake? Oh my God, I ain't drinking. I'm sitting there belching. I can't stop. Oh, it's my smoothie. Go ahead, Drake.
I mean, I think we did a damn good job. I mean, put it like this: the Chiefs are coming back with 16 starters. We're coming back with 20 out of 22. That's not really easy to do, man. Especially with what we had to work with. This front office is working very hard. I know it's some fans out there that are kind of mad that you don't see no movement, and the reason you don't see no movement is because Kyle and John are trying to hit a home run. You're not going to see too many. Compton was the closest you're going to get to a mediocre sign. He's a Kyle Shanahan guy. He played with Shanahan in Atlanta, but they're working to hit a home run right now. And if it's not a home run, I just don't think that they're going to. And I'm not necessarily mad about that. You know what I mean? You never know what can happen over these things.
It's priority one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, most definitely. What I have seen is the Jets were projected to get one of the best offensive linemen in the draft. In free agency, they have went out and got 4 offensive linemen. 2 of them were Pro Bowl.
Because they were horrible last year, Dre. They were.
They were
the
bad.
Quarterback was running for his life on every snap. So they have to go that way. They ain't going to be looking for the wide receiver.
Yeah. So with that being said, they just went out and got 4 starting offensive linemen, which tells me that they're not going to draft offensive linemen in the draft. They're going to get a wide receiver. Robbie Anderson, he wants $12 million a year. He's not buzzing off of that number, and that's why he's still a free agent. Or he would already re-sign.
These dudes kill me with that money.
So they're going to get. Yeah, they're gonna go get one of those guys out of CeeDee, Ruggs, and Lamb. And also the Raiders, they have huge holes on defense, but I think they'll do something stupid and they'll go get a wide receiver.
They're still trying to
replace
Cooper.
Personally, huh?
They're still trying to replace Amari. See that's why.
Yeah.
If you want an Amari like, you go for Jeudy.
Right. Yeah, I mean. My whole thing is this, man. Everybody is talking about Jeudy and Lamb, but man, Ruggs is more than a speedster.
I know.
I've watched him play personally. I watched him play 5 games this year. It was in both Clemson games. It was when they played Ole Miss. It was when they played LSU, and it was when they played Auburn. Ruggs can run the wide receiver route. He can run any route you want him to run.
That's what I'm hearing. Mm-hmm.
And that man, he does not drop any balls. He was targeted 136 times and he dropped 1 ball. That's not easy to do in the SEC. You're going up against pro talent week after week after week after week. And he has a 42-inch vertical, Ronbo. Have you seen his high school highlights when he was playing basketball?
I was just talking about that. Dude, that slam dunk he went up with was NBA quality slam dunk contest. Whoa. Oh.
Yeah, man. So, I like Jeudy, but, in the combine, he pulled up lane on his first try at the 40. He came out at 4.5, which is still pretty good speed.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ruggs is the guy for me, man. He's just dependable, man. He didn't have any injury problems.
Yeah.
He comes from a small town. He's a hardworking kid. His versatility. He also returned kicks and punts. He can be used in multiple ways. They used Ruggs the same way that we use Deebo, except he has, world-class track speed. I just think that, he's the guy that I would go with. You know what I mean?
You and me both. So that puts you and me in the Ruggs class. All right, Phil is in the Jeudy room. I mean, I got a feeling this is going to be interesting to see. And nobody said anything about Lamb yet, Dre. So we'll see.
And Ruggs, believe it or not, he's stronger. He's stronger than Jeudy. I've seen a lot of times when they were playing. Yeah, when they were playing against LSU, I've seen Kristen Fulton try to jam Ruggs. Yeah, and he literally just he treated him like a rag doll and got behind him and he went to the house, bro. Ruggs he's the next Tyreek Hill, bro. He's the next Tyreek Hill, bro.
All that speed, and he's Deebo with speed. Dude is strong. So
yeah, he's
Drake, we got to pull up, Drake. Let me see you tomorrow, fam. Good stuff.
Yeah,
and we're lockstep. You and me got Ruggs coming out of the draft because I like the juice. I like the athleticism. The hops is just stupid. He's strong, and people think he can't run around.
You don't find
he can.
Find many guys who are 5'11" with a 42-inch vertical, bro. You just don't find that. I mean, I watched him play 5 games, but when you look at his highlights, a lot of his touchdowns came on jump balls in the end zone against defensive backs that were.
He's got that. I think he gets sky higher than Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill scares people doing that all of a sudden. All right, Dre. See you tomorrow, fam.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the TNT fan, man. Trey, Big Show, Jerry First, Blue Show, Shay Lewis, my big bro, Big Buddy Grim, man. Player partner Will, all the guys, man. Hey, we haven't had a wide receiver with 1,000 yards since 2015, and that was Ronbo.
Way past time. Way past time. All right, fam.
It's time that we get that.
All right,
bro.
And let's go check out A.A. Silvio. Derek. Come on in there, Derek.
Ronbo.
Derek.
My man, Ronbo. Long time to talk, man.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, Derek, are you Derek out of Baltimore?
Say again?
Derek, where are you? Are you in Baltimore? There's more than one Derek.
I'm in Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, okay. Derek, good. I knew we said we got more than one Derek. Derek, good to hear from you, fam. And we got a whole lot of fans in the Virginia area. Hey, Derek. Okay, you know, tonight, I don't know, everybody's thinking the 49ers are going to trade out of the first round. A lot of everybody, but a lot of people think the 49ers are going to trade out of the first round. But like Phil pointed out, what the hell are we trading out of the first? We don't need a whole lot of picks this year. You got 2 high-quality picks at number 1 and number 13 and number 31. If you'll trade anything down, you need to trade that 31. Your team is already Super Bowl ready. What are you trading down for? You're not filling no holes. Get that top pick. Get that top wide receiver Kyle's been trying to get for 2 years. Are you with me or you got some other plan?
Interesting, Ronbo. I actually have something that I don't think a lot of people touched on too much.
Oh, be unique.
I think
be
that
unique.
the organization. Say again?
I said, be unique then. Tell me about it.
No, I think that the organization might have more insight on the Jalen Hurd and Trent Taylor situation, obviously, than we do as fans.
Yes.
And that might also make them comfortable with Emmanuel walking because he didn't ask for a crazy price, right?
I know, $8 million? I was shocked. I thought he wanted north of $10 million. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody in the country thought that, Ronbo. So I don't know. They must know something we don't. But I'm comfortable with taking a receiver first because we don't need a lot of pieces. And but in the same token, I have a lot of respect for the other guys on our defense.
True.
So I'm not sure where they're going to go, to be honest. I mean, I can make a crazy prediction and say they'll use both picks to get receivers.
And which one of them pans out?
We got a shortage of them right now.
Derek, you got to look at right now. Okay, you got Deebo Samuel. You got Kendrick Bourne. You got Trent Taylor if he's healthy. Jalen Hurd, hopefully, with that back injury, it's very scary. All right. And you got you got Richie James. What if you could add, because Dante Pettis is scaring people to death. We don't know if he's going to come in and morph into what we wish he would be, or is he going to continue to lollygag around and look like it's okay? I'm okay. Just let me stand over here out the way. I'm okay. We can't have that. So if you get a Jeudy, you get a Ruggs, and I don't know what they're going to do with Marquise Goodwin either. There's so many questions. But if you can grab that elite wide receiver, and if he shows he is, then you make a cut come time on that roster reduction day.
Me personally, I like Ruggs just because he's physical.
Ooh,
and
another Ruggs?
He has no problem with blocking.
3 of us.
Yeah, I mean, that fits right in. And they say that he's a little better at what
Route
Deebo
running?
already is good at.
Yeah.
So he's a little bigger too, right? So
Yeah, Ruggs is a tough guy.
I think he fits right in.
Yeah.
Also, I think we're gonna keep Marquise. I was actually watching his highlights when Nick Mullins came in when Garoppolo got hurt, and I don't know, man. I think we can count on him now that he's got his life together.
I feel the same way. I really wish that's the case because I like Marquise. He was my favorite guy until all of a sudden he got in Kyle's doghouse. I agree.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I just think that it just reminded me of how we lost that Super Bowl. I'm sorry to bring it up, everybody. But there was a lot of times where, they were throwing that deep ball, and Marquise caught most of them, no matter what quarterback was throwing it, whether it was CJ, Mullins, even Garoppolo. So, I don't know.
And
I like having
and Derek, you bring up that Super Bowl. Had it been Keese on that round, he makes the catch.
A lot of those highlights,
we win
Ronbo.
that Super Bowl.
A lot of
He would have caught up with that. Yeah, he would have definitely caught up with that ball. And we wouldn't be looking at Patrick Mahomes highlight reels every time you turn on ESPN or some other station. You're right. I mean, you need that speed.
Yeah, Ronbo, but I'm back in the loop. It was just a couple nights that I couldn't get in. There was a lot of people calling about Deebo, RIP, thank you for everything. And Sanders, too. He did his part.
Yeah.
But I just want to give a shout-out to IB real quick, new caller.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he brings, obviously, TNT. Those guys are great. Pretty funny when they start arguing. And then, chill. You know what I'm saying, Ronbo? All right,
dude.
Yeah. Long, Ronbo. I'll be here. I'm listening.
All right, Derek. Looking for you, man. We'll be back tomorrow night.
All right.
Looking for you, too.
All right.
Night.
All right, now.
Jack is back.
Jack, it's not your turn, but we're glad that you're back. Linwood.
What's up, Ronbo?
Linwood, man, we're shopping. It's almost time for that time. When we go right on the card, Linwood. Linwood, how you been doing, man? I heard you in a long time.
Oh, I've been good, Ronbo. Just, I was on, what do they call it? After the Super Bowl.
I know, right?
Suicide watch.
Yeah, I know. and probably had people keeping an eye on you at all times and checking the Super Bowl. Got a drip, laying in the bed with a drip feed. A lot of dudes did not recover from that Super Bowl. Well, that was painful. That was ridiculous. That close.
It was.
Oh, my God. That close. Shit. Okay. Chiefs fans running around with the chest. Y'all got away, okay? You didn't dominate nothing. You escaped. STFU. Stop. So go ahead. But Linwood, about the draft, what are you thinking?
I think we definitely need a dominant. We need a true number one wide receiver. And we got a dominant fullback, running backs, elite tight end. We need something to complement Tebow. I don't think he's a number one. He's scratching at the surface. He's an elite number two. He's going to be used a lot in the running game and this and that. They're going to run him a lot. But we need that big, physical, strong wide receiver, a true number one. My pick, you got, let's see. you got the Giants, you got the Dolphins, you got the Jaguars, the Browns, the Jets, and the Raiders all ahead of us that could all go wide receiver. And we don't even know who might even bump up and move forward to get in another little piece. The Buccaneers are right behind us. The Broncos are right behind us. They might want a piece for Brady. Who knows? And they got the draft capital in this kind of move. Personally, I think a lot of our options are going to be gone, and I'm happy about that because I want baby Julio Jones. I want that 6'3", 215-pound young man that's 22 years old, ran a 4.39, 1,000 yards last season with 12 touchdowns, Denzel Mims.
Oh, yeah. I got no problem with Mims. Yeah. See, Mims, I figure, is going to be available regardless at number 13. So if everybody else is gone and they take Mims, Linwood, me and you both will be jumping up and down. I ain't got no problem with him at all.
Yeah, I love me some Mims. I watched his stats, and I watched him last year, this year, and the year prior to that. That is a bad man. He's physical. I mean, he pushed the corner 15 yards downfield, manhandling him into the end zone and spun around and got the ball. I was like, oh, that's a receiver right there, Ronbo.
He likes to block, too. He ain't got no problem with it. Yeah. He already told everybody. Let Kyle read it. You want me to block? I'll block. You want me to catch the ball? I will catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? You know,
exactly. Dude. And he's 22. He's only 22. And hell, if he puts on more weight and he's still running a 4.4, shit, make him the second tight end with Kittle.
You know,
I mean, he's got options. I was reading a thing on him earlier. He said, I know every position on the field.
He runs a whole route tree. He can do, Mims is a bad dude. Anybody gets Mims,
yep, I like them a lot.
Not too bad.
Underrated, flying under the radar. I like them a lot. But yeah, so that's our option. Hell, he might even still be around the 31. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it because he's gaining steam. The Raiders, I was looking at a thing yesterday where the Raiders are recklessly eyeballing our guy.
But Linwood, you figure there's still going to be some defenders. Now, that guy from Ohio State, the edge rusher, is definitely going in the top 5 or 10. You got quarterbacks that could take up to 4 spots. So that's 5. So we're talking about 7 spots that are going to contain either safety, cornerbacks, because it's an abundance of that talent as well. That dude, Isaiah Simmons, is anything his last name? I think his last name is Simmons. Anyway, that dude is going to the top 10. Ain't nobody see no linebackers running 4.39. I'll put him anywhere on the field I want to put him. He can play cornerback. He can play safety.
Exactly.
I can put him in the box. Linebacker. He's got the size. Oh, my Lord, that dude's going to be, ooh, oh. But see, that's what I'm saying. You can have your choice at number 13 of whatever you need.
Exactly. Well, we're in a great spot, and you don't know who's going to offer us. Someone might offer us a super deal to move up that we can't pass down.
We're going to get mad, though, Linwood, because we're going to say, oh, no, all Niners, they're passing on what's the name. Oh, they must have something else. But then they make it Mims, like you say, though.
Yeah, I would love to see him in a 49er uniform. I would love to see it.
49ers with number 18th and
great.
23rd pick select. Because you get 2 more and 31. Can you imagine the 49ers staying in the first round for 3 picks? Oh,
yeah. Absolutely. Move back because there's a lot of solid offensive linemen that people are going to be jumping all over. I know our team's looking at them too.
I know.
But there's some solid offensive linemen. So I'm hoping we trade back and we get us that wide receiver. And we need that weapon for Garoppolo.
And to
take it to the next level.
We ran out of time, Linwood. I'll be back tomorrow night, though. We can jump up and down about this because I feel we're not going to get through talking about this until draft
Yes,
night.
sir. Hit those likes. Hit those Mims likes. Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, man. But, hey, one thing, Linwood. Tell the wifey we're impressed with the fact that Amari Cooper took $100 million away from Jerry Jones. Oh,
remember, Ronbo, she converted. Remember? She converted over to 49er Empire. Yeah.
Night, Linwood.
She's on the Empire now. Night, fam.
Good stuff. All right, Linwood. Bye-bye. Oh, and Jack is back. I can't imagine what he's got to say now with the Jack attack. Jack!
The top three, baby, we are going NFC as the Rams are not in it. Let's go with the top three, starting with the Seattle Seahawks. Give it to me. Number 3, with the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Yetur Gross-Matos. Why? Because now you got Jadeveon Clowney. He's going elsewhere. Pete Carroll, he loves his edge rushers. So do the Seahawks, and they want to get after that attacker. That's why. Let's go to number 2, baby. Arizona Cardinals. Give it to me. With the number 8 pick, they select CeeDee Lamb. Why? Because now you got Fitzgerald. You got Hopkins. You got CeeDee Lamb. You got a 3-headed monster. And, Clifton Kingsbury and Kyle Murray, that's his guy. And they are going to try to do some all Madden stuff that's never been done before. And without an offensive line, you could get it to him. Give it to me. The number 1, San Francisco 49ers, with the number 13, select. Drum roll, please.
Ding.
Javon Kinlaw. Why? Because you lost DeForest Buckner. Because the defensive line practically got you to the Super Bowl with the pass rush all the way to the back end. That's why, because guys like Denzel Mims, because guys like Laviska Shenault are going to fall to 31, and we might move up. That's why. Then you got CeeDee Lamb off the table. Jets or the Raiders will go ahead and get Jerry Jeudy. And I don't want to fall for the number 3rd one, even though people are in love with Ruggs. I got a better option. Marquise Goodwin, more polish, had a better time 40. He still got that track, all world-class speed. That's why. Talk to me.
I'm impressed. You know what? There's no wrong answers. I like all of that stuff you just did. I would not have a long face, no matter what you just said. I would not be bothered. I love it. Because put another defender in there. I want to see what Kinlaw looks like.
You know what's funny, though? I had a long face when you had my boy Griff over here. Shout out to Griff over here for looking up Brian Edwards. And I went on air last week and said, this is all I'm going to say this year. Brian Edwards and Big Show was talking about here and all that, and I gave you facts about that dude, stats about that dude, and you told me, oh, yeah, I'm going to check out Brian Edwards, but it takes Griff, so it was me with a long face. Hello.
Don't feel bad, Jack. Big Show, he B-slaps a lot of us. It's okay.
It's going to be a great draft. Got to go. Love y'all. It's late out here as usual. I'm listening in. Talk to me.
All right, fam. Jack, keep listening. Take notes, man. I'm telling you, right now, this is gonna be fun. I'll say we're not gonna put you in the golden boy category. You're picking up Kinlaw. All right, you got it. All right, fam. Talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, before I go though, if one of those 2 receivers do slip to us, I don't mind getting one of these 2 receivers. Even if we got Ruggs, I'm gonna stick with them. So I'll say the top 3 receivers or Kinlaw, but there's a reason why you want to start up front and work your way back, because the wide receiver corps are so deep. Love y'all.
Hey. Like Jack. you know he would do that just to be different, right? But wait, check over here. I see Kevin Upshaw. What's up? Be ready to be shocked. The draft will be different. I believe that too. Everything we're thinking. Kyle, he watched the program to see, they think I'm going to do that? I'll be damned if that's true. Oh, come on. I'm not doing that. Okay, these are all the things I know not to do because fans want it. K. Hendricks says, thanks, Kevin, for the contribution. K. Hendricks from Niner Wire. K. Hendricks, IGN Niner. Check him out, fam. Click him. He's got content. Thanks, K. And Eagles fans think we're going to trade the 13th. Do they really? Oh, this is news. I didn't know about that. All right. And now, he is one of the founding members of TNT. Trez, out of the great state of Georgia. Trez, come on in here, man. I got the red and gold ready, too.
Hold up, wait a minute, Ronbo. Go on and put some red and gold up in it.
Oh, bam, boom, slam, boom, the bum, bam, boom, bop, boom, bop, bop. Trez, I know you got a lot to say, man. You know what? The draft is something you get wrong every year. I'm just kidding, Trez. But you know who'd you pick last year? I'm gonna give you a break on Solomon Thomas. That was a mistake that we've all gotten over, and even you admit it.
Ronbo,
wait a minute. Did you hear that quarterback?
Defense on Solomon.
What's that quarterback's name that you had? I enjoyed him.
Oh, you talking about Luke Falk? Luke Falk.
Woo! Trez, you gonna get it right this year. Who you got this year?
Hey, I told you I'm on that Jerry Jeudy train, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Jerry Jeudy all
Look
day
at
long.
Trez.
All day long.
All right.
You know, look, Ronbo, Jerry Jeudy is such a polished player, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. Ruggs, hey, either one of them, I'm on board. You know, that's like I said, them boys going up against the SEC all day long. That's NFL quality, caliber,
defense.
young corners. You know what I'm saying? So we can't sit back like, you know, like I said, I'm with whoever that was said you don't trust the Big 12. They don't play no ball over there, man. Come on, don't play no ball over there. Come on, man. No defenses over there. Come on. Them boys ain't playing no ball.
Well,
give me the SEC all day long, man.
I agree.
All day long.
Yeah, there's too many schools that don't.
Ronbo, I got one for you.
All right.
I got one for you, Ronbo.
I'm listening.
Check this out. We go wide receiver first, right? Say
Okay.
we keep the 31st pick. Who you got?
Oh.
Well, who you think we ought to address?
You know, that late, I'm not sure. I didn't think about that for a minute. Are the 49ers going to try to get that defender for the secondary? Are they going to go offensive line? Because they've been seemingly doing things now for the offensive line that might be sufficient for the next couple of years. If Brunskill stays at guard, Thomason is solid. Joe Staley is a question. And I don't know if a premier tackle will be available at 31, but he could be. Especially if that big fool.
Could be. That's what I'm saying.
That 6'9", 397-pound dude. If he's a 31, Trez, turn the lights out. I'm taking that big cornbread-fed fool all day long. Oh. He ain't gonna be
hey,
I
say the same thing, Ronbo. I said we either go ahead and look for Staley's replacement or we go ahead and look for Sherman's replacement. Because, you know, Sherman is, you know, he's going to be here just a couple more years. It's one of the two, though. One of those two right there, if we keep the pick, I look at doing that right there, making that move right there all day long.
All right, no argument here. Yeah, because
got a shocker for you, though, Rumble. I don't know if you heard today.
Shock me. I love being shocked.
Did you hear the Atlanta Falcons are in trade talk with the Eagles for Julio Jones?
No, but you know it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
because the Eagles are serious.
It's on the low here, Rumble, in Atlanta. They put it on the news today. So I said, wow. So they decided to go ahead and move on away from Julio now. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: they ain't gonna still be asking a pretty little penny for him though, even at this age.
Yeah, you got to, because he's still efficient.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
But yeah, they supposed to be in trade talk with the Eagles. I was like, oh, okay, wow, that's news. No,
the Eagles are looking to get back to the Super Bowl because they got embarrassed last year. Today. So yeah. But Trez, if Mekhi Becton, the big ticket, 367-pound, 5'1", I'm gonna get him to lose weight. I want to get him down to around 350, so he can break 5.
350. Yeah. Okay.
You get 4 less hamburgers at one meal next time. Get your big butt over here and drink some low-fat milk for a change.
Yes, sir. Well, look, shout out. We're going to keep it short and sweet tonight, Rumbo. I'm waiting for my brother Trey to come on here. Hey, shout out to Dre. Shout out to the whole Jerry Fresh. I seen him make an appearance tonight in the chat. Hey, shout out to the whole TNT family, man. You know what I'm saying? All my brothers, man. We doing it big, Rumbo.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it short and sweet. But be thinking about that, Rumbo, if we keep that 31st pick.
What to do with that? And that's the question of the night. Trez brought up, what are you going to do with 31? I love it. All right. Trez,
Yeah.
good stuff. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good one.
You too. So you could package with that 31. And if you really want Julio, you could just outbid the Eagles. Say, call Atlanta. Atlanta, I'll give you number 31 and number 13. You give me Julio right now. What? John, is that you? Are you serious? Hell yeah. What do I sign? Everybody's been trying to get Julio. I don't know. How many more years of Julio? Is Julio's contract actually workable? Interesting. I didn't think the Falcons would ever cut him loose. Ellis!
I'm bold.
Ellis, the chatter is going on. It's going to pick up momentum. Ellis, by the time the draft is over, we're getting ready to go into 2017, 2020. I got a feeling Corona's going to be history. We're getting pumped up again. We got all the weapons we need. We look like Rambo. Rambo, before every movie, you should show him putting all his weapons on. You see him strap his knives all over his body. He slide his gun in his back. He's got this belt of bullets going across his chest. He's painting his face up, getting ready to go into battle. That's the 49ers. Be ready to go, Ellis. Give me some blood. I want some blood out here. What do you think? You going in with number 13?
Man. Well, since we didn't get retain Emmanuel, I really feel like, as everybody else is, we got a receiver on the way. And maybe we're going to set a trend where, we're not using any big names. We're making big names out of our rookies and getting all we can out of them without having to break the bank. Just taking the already, great talents and coaching them up and getting them ready, professionally for the NFL level and allowing, us to get as much as we can out of them, like we did, here with Nick Bosa. I mean, he was injured. He was injured. You know what I'm saying? And
it started the season off that
everybody,
way.
There was a lot. Yeah, everybody was kind of like shaky about the whole, Nick thing and didn't think he was going to be, he'll look what Chase Young did. I kind of wish we could get Chase, but I know that's not going to happen. But, I'm just saying it's, I think it's good that we're looking to try not to break the bank too much. I hear the OBJ stuff. And I mean, if we're looking to just have big names on the team, like like the D-Hop, on the Cardinals, and and now everybody's kind of shook, which he is worthy of kind of shaking up the our NFC, what I'm saying, rivals and everybody, kind of like if we got an OBJ like traded the 31st, and I don't know if there would be another added something to go with that for OBJ, then maybe, but that's not my first initial wish. And like I said, what really are we going to do? Are we going to get a receiver? And then what are we going to do with all the other receivers we have? We still got Marquise. We still got Dante. We still got Richie. We still got Kendrick. We still got Deebo. We still got Trent. We are really deep right now. So we got to figure out what we're going to do with our other guys. And I seen something about Matt Breida might be, I think, that second-round pick. I don't think we're going to take a second-round pick for him. Somebody might want to snatch him up, and we might just try and get whatever we can for him. It's, that's what I was reading up on. So I just want us to be able to, kind of just be secure in whatever happens is going to happen. Mm-hmm. I just don't. I noticed that everybody else is loading up, though. No, everybody's loading up right now.
Because, we don't want – the 49ers probably don't need any fat in the offensive system, right? I mean, because I'm looking at – if Dante Pettis is not willing to play, then he can go somewhere else. Because he's got all kind of skill and talent. He doesn't apply himself, and that bothers a lot of people, including especially Kyle, right? Marquise Goodwin is a huge question mark there, and I do want to know. Now that his life is probably where it should be. Now, he's focusing on the Olympics because I saw him say something about that the other day. So football's not even on his mind right now, right? What kind of mindset is he going to finally come into camp with? He's going to be late because I think there's going to be a delay in the Olympics anyway. So it's kind of interesting to see. He is he is the X factor. People don't want to admit it, but if Marquise Goodwin's on the field, the whole offense changes. And people underestimate him, but you're right. He was an integral part of success when he was on the field. George Kittle had his year because of Marquise Goodwin played as many games as he did. So it's hard to gauge what they're going to do with all those receivers. Some people could get cut.
Yeah, I feel like, whoever out of and don't forget about Chase Claypool. There's a couple of guys that's in there, man, that we can kind of, get in there. But as far as a number one receiver, then the names are pretty, narrowed down, between the three with Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs, and then what was that other guy the other caller just was talking about that I hadn't heard for a while? Denzel Mims. It's going to be between those four that, we get him. I mean, we get one of those four, which CeeDee doesn't seem like he's going to be promising. But I was looking at the breakdown. It doesn't look like anybody's going to be taking any receivers till like the ninth pick in the first round. I was looking at all of the other stuff. So
yeah, it'll be available.
Yeah, so one of those four guys are going to be available without question. It just comes down to exactly right, because Chase Claypool and there's some other guys that are in there that are really, nice. And so I wish we could have got that Isaiah Simmons kid just to be able to have him in there. But everyone's, that's pretty much not going to happen. But we got to get the O-line, situated. I know in the other rounds we'll do that, and we'll find another hidden gem in there with the other round picks. If we can trade off that 31st, if we don't end up doing nothing, like I said, the speculative OBJ stuff, I think we should trade that off and, get some picks and stay in the mix and just fill up our roster, man. We don't need to have a number one big name receiver like an NFL already, quality receiver. We can coach somebody up like, look at Deebo after his first year. I mean, we're going to be the team to kind of, look at when it comes to, look what they did without having a number one big name, $100 million, receiver or, whatever. It's we don't need to have those players. It would be nice.
System. All about the coach's scheme.
I'm telling you.
And you plug and play. That's sustainability. That goes on for years. Yeah, Alice, we got to go. Let me, I'll see you tomorrow though, huh? Good stuff.
Yes, sir. Monday Night Raw. Yeah. Monday Night Raw. Thank you. Shout out to you, Ronbo, as always, man. Download that Ronbo Sports app right now. Hit the like, subscribe, man. Show nothing but love, man. Niner for life. It's all good, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Thanks, Ellis. You have a good night, too. Ellis always bringing the heat.
You too, champ. Peace.
All right. But, hey, Greg.
Hey, Ronbo. How are you, buddy?
Greg, I'm doing okay. I'm like everybody else. I've been in rehab since the 49ers lost that Super Bowl. But you know what? It's okay. I'm feeling better now. I'm able to let the shades up and walk around and not feel weird,
Yeah. It's just crazy with what's going on,
Strange, yeah. So, But Greg,
it's just it's still going on. But you know what? I'm stuck here and I'm watching this damn 49ers Super Bowl that they had on NFL. They had the top games, and I was like, all right, I'm going to watch it. And I got so excited. I'm watching. I don't know what the hell. I haven't seen it since it happened. But I'm watching it, and I'm just like thinking to myself. I just started laughing like when they were 20-10 up, and I'm just thinking, boy, this freaking team is good. This team is good. And then what happened. I got so pissed because I don't want to go back. I just, I'll talk about the draft, but what I want to say is I just got so pissed because I watched that one, the late hit to Jimmy when he went out of bounds, and then the helmet to helmet.
No call.
They didn't even talk about it. I'm listening to Troy and the other Buck. They didn't even say nothing about that hit. He's sitting on the ground, and I'm just like, what the hell am I watching here? You know what I mean?
I think they rung his bell to the point he couldn't. Everybody said Jimmy G stuck. Well, hell, he just got his brain knocked out. And did you notice during the course of that game? Did Nick Bosa? Nick even got pissed off one time, and the camera's on him. He walked across the line, back to the line of scrimmage, and he's yelling at the offensive lineman. Probably said something. If you rat bleeps would have been able to hold me, this game would be over, and you friggin' know it. See that?
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know.
That's
I got pissed. I just turned it off. But I was thinking to myself, this team's pretty friggin' good. They really are. There's no doubt about it. If they stay healthy, I mean, they're just going to get better. But the only problem I'm having, and everybody's talking about wide receiver. Yeah, we need probably one more. I mean, just depending on how Trent and, and Hurd, if they come along, right? I mean, but what I'm worried about is Buckner, because I watched him get a sack on Mahomes. I watched him taking up two guys, and I'm just wondering, would you say that who is the backup to him? Jones, DJ? I'm trying to think. Ronald Blair?
Oh, the defensive line? Backup to who? D Ford? Yeah.
No,
mostly.
the backup to who we lost. When we traded for it. We got the 13th pick.
It was pretty much Sheldon Day. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When Buck sat down, Day came in.
Do you think he can handle the load, or are we going to have to draft? I mean, because I'm starting to think maybe we're going to have to draft the defensive tackle to kind of handle it.
Yeah. You still got Contavious Street, who's got to prove that Street is a strong man. I don't know what's going on with him or if he's going to be able to do the void. You got DJ Jones who's going to be able to play next to, or going to play the center spot next to Armstead.
Yeah.
Jones is good, and he's developed into a very solid player. Jones and Armstead in the middle are going to be tough.
Right.
You put them, next to Blair. I mean, Ford and Joey or Nick. You're going to be fine. You need depth, though.
Right.
That's what we're talking about here. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. And who's
they had it. That's the thing. Throughout the whole, they did have it last year. They had the depth. They were rotating, and then they got the injuries and all that. But what I'm saying is, do you draft somebody? Do you take that 31st pick and push back and maybe get a second and a third round, and then hit the defensive tackle, and then hit hit the cornerback position or whatever you need for depth? I don't know, offensive line. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I do know the scouts we got are incredible. So if they're going to find another player, actually, preferably in the second or third round would be nice, but I don't think we're going to have a second or third round pick. They might trade back just for the reasons you're thinking now, is they know what they're doing when it comes to picking up players for certain spots. And chances are good they can find what they want.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't know, Ronbo. I just want to make sure that they're going to. I mean, I don't want them to go signing anybody crazy. I mean, there's a lot of free agents out there, but nobody that really could come in and
don't break the bank with that. And to tell you something else too, the 49ers had a plan B when they let Buckner go, or else they would have went ahead and let Armstead go, pay Buckner the $21 million. You don't pay Armstead, you still got money left, right? So you let Armstead go, you pay Buckner. You don't get to keep both Blair. And you don't get to keep everybody. So you still have that void. You'd have to go out and get some cheapies. So you get the very minimums for everything else, and now it's really scary. So kind of like what the 49ers are doing. I figure they know what they're going to do about Buckner's spot. So, yeah.
No, I think you're right. I'm just hoping that they, they got the little bit of depth going on there, and they can get somebody that's going to be, almost, still with that push. That's what we need, that push that we had. I mean, I think we still got that on the defensive line, but I just hope Buckner wasn't so much of a loss that it can't be compensated for. I don't believe so.
We'll see. Greg, we're gonna go. Hey, listen, if you get a chance, I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, you take care, buddy.
Looking forward, Greg.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate hearing from you too. Have a good night. Yeah, like I said, because the Buck thing is, even for those like myself who have gone into denial about what effect it's going to have on the 49ers frontline defense to lose him, Greg brings it back up. Don't forget about that. Contrary to what some people think about Buckner and what he was doing and his stats and things like that, it don't mean a damn thing. Buckner was getting work done that had huge impact on the effectiveness of that 49ers frontline defense. Don't fool yourself. We'll see what happens next. Hey, Rich Rivera says, hey, stay safe and healthy. Ronbo with Julio Jones is over, my brother. That'd be real. Rich, I've been knowing it was over with Julio for a long time. Ain't nobody going after no 31-year-old Julio. The 49ers are building for sustainability going forward. So you're not going to do that with getting a whole lot of high-priced guys that are going to be gone in a couple of years. You continue to build forward, which is why they made a decision, I think, on Emmanuel Sanders. 49ers could have afforded that $8 million. I do think so. Two years of 16, I think they could have afforded it. Or they could have extended themselves so. Dino!
Hey, Ronbo, what's going on?
Hey, Dino, man, I'm just sitting here trying to figure out what the 49ers going to do, which is always a good time. Speed is on my mind because I don't care what Trey says. If Marquise Good was at the end of that ball, it's a touchdown. If Ruggs is at the end of that pass, it's a touchdown. No matter what people hate on Jimmy G about, he put that ball in a good place, actually. Put that mother in the end zone. Nobody can catch it because everybody's behind Sanders. They was right in his face. Yep. He just let it fly. Put it in the end zone. Don't go shallow. Put it in the end zone. Goodwood catches that.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Ruggs catches it.
People say what they say. People say what they want to say about Jimmy. You know, he throw a few questionable balls, but you know, that's a chance you take. You know, if they catch it, then everybody's gonna be praising him for it. If he don't catch it, then everybody, oh man, he shouldn't have threw that pass.
Sure.
You know, so you gotta take the good with the bad.
Mm-hmm. And Brady's still an INT.
As far as Jimmy, yeah, right. And you know, it's like, you know, man, his first full season as a quarterback on a team that's his, man, he went to the Super Bowl. You know, that's all you could really ask for.
People don't even care about that. They don't even use it. Get rid of him. We don't give a damn about him coming off an ACL injury. We don't give a damn about him missing the whole season. We don't give a damn about anything, but he missed that pass. Get him the hell out of here. It's stupid.
And they don't
1 year.
And then they don't, you know, they don't mention how god awful we was before we had him. As soon as he start playing, we go 5-0. You know, to finish the season.
I know.
You know, ain't no telling what we did last season, man. If he would have stayed healthy,
we would have won.
People say we were. People say we would. People say we would have. You know, we were a year too early this year, but I think, you know. Yeah, you know, I think I like the pick and play approach because, you know, John Lynch, and he already proved, man, they know how to pick these guys in the draft. So I'm gonna stay away from those big names and free agency and all that.
But Dino,
I'm gonna go ahead and
one question though before you get into that. I just realized something though. If Jimmy G plays all of 2018, we don't get Nick Bosa.
Right.
Would that have made a big difference?
That's a big.
Bosa was huge in the defense. Huge. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know.
Yeah, the injury was like a blessing in disguise, though. You know, because just like you said, we wouldn't have had Bosa. He was like the little missing piece on that defense. But I'm definitely gonna miss Buckner. And even though I played wide receiver in high school, man, I love me a healthy, strong, smash mouth defense, man. I love my linebackers. I love my front seven, you know. Right. And Caleb, man, he needs to get it together. You know, I got faith in him still. You know, but he made some good plays, you know, but he made some plays to where it was like, I don't know if it's a footwork problem or I don't know if he ain't turning his head, you know, but he made some good plays though that made me not want to give up on him. But I think we could draft one of those in the draft too in the later rounds, something like that. But as far as that 13th pick, man, I'm picking somebody. I'm going defense.
All right.
I don't care.
You going Kinlaw? Everybody loves him some Kinlaw. You got Kinlaw?
Yeah, I like Kinlaw. I wouldn't mind going him, but like right now, I'm just kicking back. I'm hearing everybody else's pick, you know, and then I'm going straight to YouTube. I'm checking the highlights. I want to see, you know, before I make my final pick, you know.
True.
So that's what I'm doing.
You know.
But yeah, Ronbo, I know you got a lot of callers, man.
And
Dino,
I know I ain't heard from you in such a long time. I just realized your voice. It's Dino. It's Dino. Yeah.
Oh man, that Super Bowl, man, that hurt my feelings, man. You know, I don't take them losses too good.
There's people still in the hospital, man. We'll be okay. You know, it's medication therapy.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. You got to exercise.
Especially when you got a 10-point lead, man. I had the trophy in my hands. I had the ring on my finger already, Ronbo. I was like, oh, it's over. It's a wrap.
Especially that late in the game with the defense we got. And then the defense got beat up too. And it's, oh, hell no. So, it's okay. You know what? They learned
They
a lot.
definitely missed some calls, man, especially on that third, was it 14?
Oh.
That pissed me off, that offsides.
You know what, though, Dino?
That would have been...
It's already cool, man. Because you know what? They were a year earlier than they were supposed to be. And when you're a year earlier and you get all the way to the Super Bowl, you're doing all right. All right, fam. Let me see you tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, Ronbo.
Have a good night. Oh, God. Hey, Mel, come on in, man.
Bang, bang. What's good, Ronbo?
Mel, man, I tell you, it's like number 13. Now, because I think a lot of us were thinking all kind of crazy thoughts before we got to this particular time and what was going to happen. We didn't know nothing about 13. Everybody's going to trade back 31 or pick up the best player they can find at 31, which 31's a silly pick. It's the second-round pick, basically. But, Mel, what do you got? Because Mel's always got something going on. Mel, what do you like?
You know what, Ronbo? Honestly, I can say I don't know. I have no idea.
I didn't expect that from you.
I know, right? Crazy. But this is the way I'm looking at it. Lynch and Kyle have this uncanny ability to keep their cards close to their vest.
Always.
So any tidbits or any information as far as the way that they may seem to be leaning, a lot of that most of the time is just some type of ploy. It's a ploy to get teams away from the scent of the guy that we're really going after and really looking for. So anything that they present, it could just be a dog and pony show, bro. And they may come out of left field and just draft somebody that none of us see coming.
I agree. Mel, though, but do you think the wide receiver room is you think Kyle is satisfied with it? Kyle might have been overruled until Kyle, listen, we know what we're doing. Let me do my job. We don't need to fight about this. Let me handle this. You think that might have happened?
Satisfied? No, because of who Kyle is.
Yeah.
With his offense, bro, there's never going to be a day in his offense and his personality, there's never going to be a day where Kyle Shanahan is satisfied with any roster at all.
That's probably true.
So he's going to constantly try to improve it, try to get better, try to see better guys, all of that. So, I think it's just really a matter of the right guy falling into the 13th and the 31st spots. If there's somebody that he really has his eye on and he gets picked up, I don't think that we'll see him use that pick for anybody else. I think we'll see him make a play and, get more picks for whatever pick that is. So the guy that he really, really wants, or guys, whatever, they have to be available. And if they're not, I don't think Kyle has the personality to be like, you know what, well, I'm just going to get, the best, the highest talent level that I can get right now, the best available player. I think he's more likely to move back because we've seen these guys work magic in late rounds anyway. So
I know.
I don't think that it's going to be a situation where they force anything.
Yeah, and Mel, and you know what the bottom line is with Kyle Shanahan's offense? People still don't understand. Last year was the first year that he had a unit together all year long. Kyle Shanahan's system is so complicated, it takes a while to get it. Next year, you're going to see an offensive unit that you're not going to recognize. Why? Because they've had a year to finally get it. And next year, nobody's going to be able to stop the 49ers offense. Nobody. And that's what's going to be interesting to see because now, and Jimmy G and all, and that's why he may not, you might be right, he may not be going buck wild about I got to have this receiver. Because the guys he's got now, it's about time spent in the system that makes you efficient in Kyle Shanahan's world.
Right. So, and with our receivers, man, I've been hearing a lot of people talking about, getting a true number one, whether it's via the draft, going for him, or via free agency or trade. But I think our wide receiving core is a lot like our running back core, where it's, they call it running back by committee, where it depends on the package you put this guy in. Any one of these guys can have a great day going. So whoever's feeling it that day, he's the number one guy. He's the number one target and everything. So I think that could be it as well.
Deebo's that guy on so many different occasions. Yep. I know what you mean.
Right. And lastly, because I know you got to go, but, it definitely hurt emotionally for Defoe to go. I didn't see that coming, number one. And number two, it hurt. It hurt. However, DeForest Buckner was not our most valuable asset on the defensive line. Neither is it Nick Bosa. Neither is it D Ford. Our most valuable asset with that defensive line is Chris Kasarik, man. Our coaches who got those guys
I was wondering where
doing
you're
what
going
they're
with
doing.
that. Agreed.
Yes, no doubt. So for us to let Defo go, those guys know exactly what's going on. They know
And what they're
exactly how
doing.
they want to play it.
I know.
Right. So they know how they're going to put these puzzle pieces together, and we save money in doing it. I know that they didn't want him to go. I know they love the guy. But, certain moves we had to make. So that one move right there freed up enough for us to sign several people off of that one decision. So,
Mel, hey, in fact, I'm gonna contact you later, Mel. We got to pull up. Let me. I'll talk to you later. But otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, Phil.
Okay, no doubt. See you tomorrow.
Right. This is Mel, but putting the spotlight on some very serious points because you know what? It is exactly like that. Hey, Jamie.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jamie, man, we're just like spotlighting, like we do during draft season. We think we know what we're talking about. Although, hey, Jamie, but I got to take credit for last year. I knew what I was talking about. When everybody said they wanted everybody but Nick Bosa, I said, you need Nick Bosa. You're going to get Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
And we got Nick Bosa.
Yeah. You and me both. I think we're on the same page this year, too.
What do you think?
We need a wide receiver that can get instant separation.
Yes.
If we get that, then it's going to open everything up.
Mm-hmm.
There's two guys in the draft that can do it, the two that he talked to.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that's what he's looking
Jeudy.
for. And like that other guy said, if he doesn't get it, he'll move back.
Right. Well, hey, but where's he going to move back to? There's got to be some quarterback, some team that really needs a quarterback that's too close. And it's not the Patriots, because the Patriots are going with some guy named, I forgot his name, but there's not that many teams after 13 that are really quarterback needy, are there?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't see Tampa Bay going for a wide receiver either because they got a lot of wide receivers. So I think we're pretty safe. We're probably going to get our guy up there in the top end.
Yeah.
But like the other guy said, Mims, he's always down there. He's not going to go before 20 or something like that.
Right.
So we can always fall back a little bit and grab him.
Jamie, I didn't think Hollywood Brown was going to go as early as he did last year. There's going to be a shock pickup. There's always some dumbass GM that does something strange. Will he be in front of us? I don't know.
Pay too much and go up and get the wrong guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I just hope we hit a home run.
Because Hollywood, did Hollywood do anything for the Ravens? I don't think so. Not really.
He was decent. I mean,
he was okay.
I did the fantasy football last year. He got some yardage. He was all right.
Was he a fantasy child last year? Because every time I see
the
Ravens play, he didn't seem like he was even involved.
He got a little bit. Like, I don't know. He wasn't that great, but he was making some plays.
Yeah, but when you got
it's because what's his name was running the ball all the time.
I know, right? God, Jesus, man, Action Jackson is a scary man. I'm glad we don't have to play him next year. He bothers me. Bothered me before that game started.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, Arizona's starting to bother me.
I know, right? And we got to play them twice.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm not liking that one.
I want to split. If we could split with them, I'll be happy. We could sweep I think if we could sweep everybody else in the division.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And Arizona's going to be rough.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking with our 31 pick, we either get another good receiver because we got 4 question marks, right? We got Goodwin, we got Pettis, we got Taylor, and we got Hurd.
I guess
all
they
4
are
question marks.
They really are, aren't they?
Yeah. So I mean, what are we going to do? I think Kyle's shopping right now. He's going to get his guys
because he wants some insurance. I mean, to watch Hurd and Taylor, who were supposed to be a huge part of the plan, they're sitting on the bench in pain. Oh, no.
Yeah. All question marks. We got 4 of them. I mean, we got a full wide receiver room of nothing but people we don't know what they're going to
do. That's not a good thing. And we're supposed to be a Super Bowl
no,
team.
That's not good.
Yeah, I agree, Jamie.
And people keep asking, why are we talking about wide receivers? I don't know.
Yeah, but because the team is pretty much we're okay in every position. We're still solid. You know, we can improve like any other team, but you go to your weakest spot, and a lot of people think it's a secondary. I see Kyle's hell-bent on getting that wide receiver of his choice.
I believe so. But our cornerback spot, everybody knows we need some depth there. We do.
Yeah, we do.
But we got to shore up that wide receiver room first. I mean, that's just insane. But,
Jimmy, what if Akella comes back?
All right, I'll make it short, Rumble.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to make it short. Okay.
Yeah,
no
my phone's cutting in and out.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow night. Be looking for you, okay, Jamie? Good to hear from you again, too.
All right, I'll holler at you tomorrow.
Looking forward. All right, fam.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Your area code is 6. It's a good thing it's not a third 6. It's 9. 669. Hello.
Oh, hi.
What is your name?
Matthew.
Matthew, as you know, we're already going down to 49ers potential pickups in the first round. What are you thinking, Matthew?
I'm thinking we pick Henry Ruggs at 13 because, Jeudy's probably going to go to 12 at the Raiders.
It's 4.
And CeeDee Lamb, doesn't get enough separation. And Shanahan loves separation from his wide receivers.
Mm.
So, and Henry Ruggs can get a ton of separation.
That's what he does.
And at 31, we can actually trade down to the second round. And maybe to, the Dolphins, Browns. I actually saw a trade online that we could trade up from 13 to number 10 and trade our 31 for a 49th pick to the Browns. And then we can, and then we can pick up a wide receiver at 10. And then we could maybe pick D-line or cornerback.
You know what else
in the second round
with that 31 pick that you're going to Cleveland? Why don't we take 31 and one of those number 5 picks? And since they've already got Hooper, maybe we can get Njoku to come to San Francisco. Oh, Njoku! George,
that would be awesome.
Oh! I think Njoku's got another year on his I could be wrong. I think Njoku's got another year on his contract.
He's like a first-round pick, too, so we can actually use his fifth-year option.
Yeah.
If we wanted to make him.
That was the same round they picked Njoku, I think. They picked him at 31. He was the bottom of the first round.
He was one of the last picks.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead.
Yeah. So, also, I don't think cornerback's that big of a need for us because there's a bunch of really good sleeper cornerbacks in this draft class.
Mm-hmm.
And and most of the top cornerbacks don't really fit our system really well.
You know, right? A lot of people don't think about that. You're so true. That's so true, Matthew. People think, go get everybody. Everybody doesn't fit the 49ers scheme. But go ahead. Good point.
Yeah, so because, Salah likes a lot of length as his cornerback, there's, Cam Dantzler, even though he had, a terrible combine.
We play cover 3.
He was slow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because we play cover 3. You need guys who can extend beyond their own size. You can't have a small guy. Although Mosley does a good job, but still.
Yeah, Mosley's great. Yeah. For a small cornerback, he's a great corner. For our system,
he covers.
I didn't know how good he would be, but he's really good, surprisingly.
I agree.
Yeah.
He does do some amazing things. Some of the plays he makes sometimes, perfect technique. He's quick. He can think fast on his feet. He gets to the points he's supposed to. He only made a mistake in the Super Bowl. It may have cost us, but still, he's a rookie. He's young. He'll be fine from here. Unfortunately, he had to do some growing during the Super Bowl. But go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So there's actually a couple cornerbacks, from Michigan and Florida State. Levert Hill from Michigan and Levante Taylor from Florida State. I saw Eric Crocker really likes Levert Hill. So I feel like he could probably be really good.
Yeah. Could be. Like you said, there's lots, and I'm sure the 49ers have got their eye on some guys. There's other Mosleys out there. Think about Mosley for a minute, undrafted free agent. Can you imagine?
That's pretty impressive.
Free agent. But what if Akello Witherspoon comes back in and looks okay next year? I keep wondering about that. Did we see? Is that really? Was he still hurting or what? I can't believe he had that kind of a step back.
He's just got some mental issues or something because, like, he was so good, like, before his injury.
Yeah.
And then, like, when he came back, he just sucked. He was, like, playing an all-pro, borderline all-pro level.
Wasn't he?
Before the injury. Yeah.
Like quickness, great anticipation. He was jumping routes. He was getting his spots right. Everything was right. And he comes back from injury after a few weeks. All of a sudden, he's back to being a Kello from the year before. Kello, what's wrong? I mean, that's all I can think of. What is the problem? Because like you're saying, he showed us something different. But see, that's...
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Man. We'll see. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Matthew. Hey, Matthew. Anything else? Because we're going to go. You want to add one more point?
No. It's just good to be finally saying my opinion.
Hey, great to hear from you. Great to meet you. All right. Well, we'll look forward to hearing from you. If you get a chance, let's hear from you tomorrow, too. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, man.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Hey, there's J1. Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay,
how you doing, brother?
I'm listening, man. You know what? It's pretty funny tonight, but I don't know what's going on in the chat. I think more people saying Ruggs than they are Jeudy, and Lamb is getting shut out. If you're talking about wide receivers, Jay, what are you thinking?
Man, you know what? We won't. If we get any one of them, we'd be good. I think, CeeDee Lamb is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think Jeudy is good.
Mm.
And I think Ruggs is good. But I would have to lean towards Ruggs because he does have the speed.
5 on the Ruggs. The Ruggs run.
Yeah, man, we gotta have speed, man, and we keep Marquise Goodwin and Ruggs have. Man, with George Kittle. Man, it's over with. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to put Deebo on the slot. I'm going to put Ruggs and Keith on the edges. I got George coming off the tight end's position. What you going to do, defense?
Yeah, what you going to do? And then you got Mostert coming out the backfield catching passes. You got man, we got weapons. If we add another weapon, that'd be good. But I'm also looking at we need to add weapons on defense too. So
yeah,
I would be happy either way it goes. If we get a wide receiver or even if we get an offensive lineman to protect Jimmy. It really,
can't lose.
I'm all for whatever we choose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that I'm just going to tell you like this. John Lynch, he's a good GM, and he's proven that with the draft picks that they getting. He's not a Trent Baalke. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna get the men that fit this system. And we might shake our head, scratch our head, and wonder why, but these boys know what they're doing.
They always see down the line. They always see down the line.
Huh?
They normally see down the line as to what's going to take place. So whoever they pick up, they can project what's going to happen next. They're good at that.
Correct. Yeah, they are. And I think they really work really good together. That's what Jen York wanted. He wanted somebody who could work really good together, that's coaching GM, and they really put this team together. Like, we made us really proud, and he said this when he hired him to. At the same time, he was looking for longevity, and he was looking to improve this team so we could get back to the promised land. The thing now we waiting on is to win it all. And we could have did it last year, but that's another story.
Oh.
But I feel like if we add some more pieces on the offense, I'll be happy with that. If we add more pieces on the defense, I'm happy with that. I really got faith in these guys. We are called the faithful for no reason. So we just, we just got to put our minds together and knowing that these guys are going to do the right thing and putting this team forward. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of scratching my head about the D Ford, the Forrest Buckner trade, but now that I think about it, I was like, that's pretty smart. Now we got 2 picks, and you know what? I wouldn't even trade up. I would keep the 2 first-round picks, get some valuable pieces to add on the offense and defensive side. And then they proven that they could pick in the 5th and 6th round picks. They proven that they could get valuable pieces there too. So, that adds on more, weapons for our team. And, I'm really proud of this team. I'm really proud of what they did last year. And I'm happy about the near future about this team. They're making moves. They're making moves, and they're keeping under the cap.
Yep.
Yes. And they're making sense of they're keeping an eye on. They're being smart about the cap, and that's what we need. We ain't going out and playing no LA Rams type D. We are being smart about the cap, and that's what it's all about. That's how teams
stays in the game. You're going to be in the conversation every year for that. 49ers going to be in the conversation every year for the next 4 to 5 years easily. Meanwhile, the Rams, who ain't got no money, they got one thing. They got Jalen Ramsey and no money and nobody else. And they got Jared Goff and they're goofing around.
Draft capital. They have no draft picks. They ran out of draft because they wasn't thinking smart.
Jay, we gotta roll up though. We can laugh about the Rams tomorrow some more, because that's a joke to go on all night. You go to Comedy Central in L.A. It's not at downtown L.A. It's at the Rams house. Hey, Jay, let me see tomorrow, fam.
I love it.
Are you right?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
rolling tonight?
Yes, sir.
You
I'm
big
just
rig?
chilling.
Hey.
Huh?
Oh, you chilling tonight. All right. Jay, continue to chill.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to see you tomorrow night, okay?
Yes, sir, Ronbo.
All right, fam.
God bless you.
Thanks.
I love listening to you and talking to you.
Thanks,
you, brother.
fam. You know I appreciate you. All right. Night. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. So we're in show's element. We started talking about draft picks and everything, and Jack took some offense to it. And Jack came in tonight and said, look, man, my face is long behind the Big Show. But Big Show B-slaps a lot of us. Don't worry about it, Jack. He's probably coming in to do it again. So am I right, Show? What was Jack talking about?
You Kinlaw people, please stop. It's not happening, okay? First of all, D Ford is going to be here for another 3 to 4 years,
and
whether you like him or not.
God, what's his leg going to be like?
Do you not realize how much of an impact he has when he is off the field and when he's on the field?
He's awesome.
Off the field, our sack totals go from 15.7% to down to 5.6%. When he's on the field, our sack totals go up to 15.7%.
Just about keeping his butt
Eric Armstead, Eric Armstead, we just paid a boatload of money. And then we're going to have to eventually pay Nick Bosa another boatload of money coming up here pretty soon.
No, not too soon.
And that makes my case.
4 years.
Yeah, that makes my case that Kinlaw is not happening, because you're going to have to pay him another $20 million down the road here pretty soon too.
Is he that
You
great?
can't have $200 million. You can't have $200 million tied up onto that defensive line.
Good point, Joe. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
that you got to plan ahead. Look at Joe.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I don't know who it was, but I think it was Malky brought up our defensive line coach. They're completely happy with Kasuric. Yeah, they're completely happy and comfortable with using our rotation, our depth and rotation, to fill the void of DeForest Buckner. Look at the emergence of DJ Jones and Julian Taylor.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so Kinlaw's not happening. that financially makes no sense down the road.
Dre Berry agrees with you wholeheartedly.
You know what I mean? And I don't know who the other caller was earlier, but they brought up the point that they were going to be drafting 2 wide receivers with the 2 first-round picks. Ronbo, you know if I said that, how lit up everyone would be and how livid everyone would be. But I'm in total agreement with that point that caller made.
2 wide receivers in the first round?
I feel that Kyle, if Denzel Mims or Justin Jefferson is there at 31,
you can't pass it.
On that.
Even if Claypool, even if one of those other guys that you look as fringe as being a top candidate would fit within Kyle's program, you're right. It could be a 2 quarterback first round. And like Phil said days ago, why do we need second, third, and fourth round picks? We're already a Super Bowl team. All we need is excellence.
Exactly. And secondary isn't our biggest question mark right now. It's catching passes. Do you not realize when we first got Emmanuel Sanders, or before we got Emmanuel Sanders, we were ranked last in catching passes.
Yeah.
Dropsies, exactly.
Route running.
I've always felt Kyle Shanahan was more frustrated with his receivers than he was with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yep. And that's why people never think about that when they say, you didn't trust Jimmy. If he didn't trust Jimmy, he also didn't trust anybody else on that offense if you didn't accept the running backs. See, but you got to blame the quarterback because he gets paid more money. I knew better.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I always like to bring up the relationship analogy when it comes to quarterbacks and coaches, because if there's another girl in the picture who's a little bit more prettier and does better things than our current girlfriend does,
yeah.
They're going to be flirting with him and eventually tell him they're in a committed relationship and just
the triangle begins.
They flirted with the idea. I wouldn't doubt that, but they flirted with Tom for a little bit, but then they realized, hey, we're in a committed relationship. Sorry, we can't go down the road.
And this girlfriend's too old. She's going to be like getting a little saggy in a couple of years.
She's in her 40s. She's already got kids. She's got baggage, and she's already stressed out. So.
How do we get to this analogy? It's disgusting. Go ahead. go ahead, Joe.
Anyways, I wouldn't doubt if he goes receivers with those back-to-back first-round picks either, because we don't know what happened. Marquise, I'm sorry, he is not a football player. He's a track star. Okay, we got to stop following him.
You made that statement. I've seen that show.
Yeah. And I'm on the Jerry Jeudy train. Mark me in that column. I wouldn't mind having Henry Ruggs.
I think that's only 2 for Jerry
Jeudy. The only issue I have with Henry Ruggs is he's a 4-2 guy, and those players are busts in the NFL. All of them.
Yeah, I have to agree. They never seem to pan out. But he's got more versatility than just running fast.
Henry Ruggs, his second attempt at his 40, he pulled his hamstring. So
I know. Fast guys always have hammies. Always.
And those of you that are calling in constantly about our corners, the first-round corners in the top 10 to top 15, by their fourth year, they're either traded or they're not signed to long-term deals and looking for new homes.
What are you saying? Are you saying Kelly's time is up? So we got. You make great points tonight. I'm telling you. I mean that 13 to 31 makes only sense.
My message to defensive people: just sit back and listen this year, because it's not your year this year. Okay, Kyle's going to go aggressive on offense this year, whether you like it or not.
You got to
our defense is on our biggest question mark right now.
So
okay,
so Finn, I'm come back tomorrow, show, because I want to hear some more, man. But one at a time.
Shout out to the Team T fam. All right, you all take care. Good night.
Show. One thing about Show, nobody gets the reaction to the chat that Big Show does. People get mad as hell. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Tony, man, I was sitting there going over picks number 13, mainly pick 13. We're looking at the golden boys of this year's draft as far as wide receivers. And Tony, I don't know if you agree, but some of us believe that the 49ers are probably thinking we need to add one of these premier wide receivers that don't come along every year. Because one year you have it's wide receivers, one year you have it's another position. But this year, without a doubt, the dominating forces in the 2020 draft belong to them glory boys, that sexy pick wide receiver. I mean, Tony, what are you thinking?
So, we have a lot of options. We could take both those first round picks and get one.
Tony,
of those
you sound distant.
You're
You're not on speakerphone, are you, Tony?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Right. Because we're going to want to hear this.
Sorry.
Hey.
Can you hear me now,
better.
Ronbo?
I can hear you loud and clear now. All right, go ahead, Tony.
So we have multiple options. We could take.
Broke up.
Both. We could take both of those wide receivers. Take both of those picks and get wide receivers, or we could trade one of them and hopefully get OBJ.
Let me stop you right there. Wait. For the OBJ people, I want to know. Okay, we didn't sign E-Man because we can't really afford to go that high. Can you afford to pay OBJ if you do land him?
So this is one way we could. This is another scenario that I was thinking about, and I'm hoping Miami becomes our best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that they get desperate. I hope they want to move up to 13, and if that may be the case, we can probably step back down to their 18th pick and possibly also get their 39th pick, and we still get 2 first-rounders, and we get an early second-rounder. And, if we want to sweeten the deal, we could probably get that 141, which is a 4th-round pick from them, just depending on how desperate they are on what they want. So that would be something where I'd hope they'd reach for someone. Let's say they're trying to get one of those wide receivers or someone from the D line or a corner or whatever. And if they reach and they're greedy, we could move down a couple spots, but we can also get into the second round, and then we can have more leverage to either trade for OBJ or simply just use those picks to get, maybe 2 wide receivers or a wide receiver, D-line, and a cornerback. So that's what I was thinking that, I'm kind of banking that Miami gets greedy and tries to reach and tries to go for our 13th pick. That way we can fall back. We don't fall back too much, but we're still able to get 2 first-rounders and an early second-rounder, which it would put us in a great position to either trade some of those or draft them.
All right. Now, but you still sidestep my question about you do land OBJ. Where do you get the funds to pay him?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the cap hit. I'm not good with the numbers like everyone else here.
You got $14 million left in George Kittle contract looming. Now you got the next year. I don't know how high the cap's going to be, but I don't know where OBJ's salary is, but I'm sure it's more than Emmanuel Sanders was going to get. You put yourself in a real financial bind. I got a feeling. I could be wrong. Maybe you could cut some salary by getting rid of a couple players. I'm not sure. Maybe get rid of every other wide receiver on the roster, outside of maybe 4 or 5 guys. It's really a tough call, but it might be possible. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just wonder.
I mean, you're right, because I'm not giving up Kittle for OBJ. That's for damn sure. I'd rather get Kittle paid and take my chances with draft picks because they're not going to cost as much, at least for the first couple years. But that was my outlook on this, because we're in a great position. We could use those 2 first picks, or hopefully we get Miami to bite and we could move a little down further. But maybe we get into the second round.
Yeah, the Dolphins got so many picks. I mean, the thing is, they're probably not going to be a trade partner for anybody. But then again, it's every year we do look at some people that are potential trade partners. Miami could be. I don't know that they do. I think they're going to get what they want with the picks they have. So we're going to find out more about them. Hey, but Tony, good to hear from you, fam. I haven't heard from you in a while. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I'll be on.
All right, man. I'm looking for you. All right. Night, Tony.
All right. Thanks. Thank you.
Hey, IB, man. Somebody just came in here. Was that
Ronbo.
IB, man, you know what we're doing tonight, man. We're looking at them Golden Boys, man. All them wide receivers. Everybody's talking about them. And you know, the funny thing is, this year we're at number 13. We might as well be number 1 because the thing is, most of those wide receivers, unless the Raiders pass, do you know all 3 of them dudes could be available for the 49ers? This is the good thing, IB, about being a Super Bowl team. You don't have such hardcore needs that you just have to sit there and pray for a certain player to fall to you. We can do anything we want to at number 13 because we ain't hurting. We just like to make things better, make ourselves untouchable. What you got going on at number 13? Do we lose IB? But we got some issues here. Let me see if we can get it back here. Anyway, Flux Gaming says, if we don't grab a wide receiver at 13, then there's one man who can replace Buck. His name is Javon Kinlaw. Flux, you get some argument, man. I know they probably already got you. That's what's going on in there. Boy, Kinlaw's getting some love and getting some hate, boy. Big Joe just looked forward on it. He says, what are you going to do? You're going to get Kinlaw, and you're going to have back-to-back years of paying $20 million salaries 4 years from now. I hope the cap rolls up, but that would be too. If Kinlaw's everything everybody says he is, you're right. You got to pay Nick $20 million 1 year, and the following you got to do it again. You got to stagger these things out. M&P says Ruggs is a good college wide receiver, but will he translate to the NFL? This is always a question. And something else somebody just pointed out too that's kind of scary. Have you ever seen a guy that runs 4.2 that doesn't have? He needs to buy hamstrings. If they sold hamstrings in the supermarket, he should buy them by the case because they go through hamstrings like really, really fast. So I don't know. But I do like him. He's on my list. He's my guy. Brandon Moore says JJ and Lamb are Jerry, Jeudy, and CeeDee are equal when it comes to hands. JJ's a better route runner and better speed. CeeDee is better after the catch. Yeah, I saw CeeDee, man. CeeDee be running down the field doing his imitation of Deebo, knocking people down, throwing them down to the ground with one hand. He's a tough guy. I like these tough guys, man, because maybe Dante could learn from these guys. He's got 1 year to do it. Big shows. Raiders just signed Aguilar, which means they're comfortable drafting a wide receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round. Show. Now that is enlightening news. I didn't know the Raiders just signed, but Aguilar, Aguilar is not. I mean, he's not somebody that you can actually depend on. I mean, the guy screwed up so many. I watched Eagles a few times. And Aguilar was one of the reasons they were losing. But Raiders just signed him, which means they're comfortable drafting wide receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round. I believe they'll go defense where they need the most help, and that's true. Raiders defense is hugely questionable. So, yeah. Are we back yet? No, we're not back? Okay. Let me look here. And Dre Berry says, oh, no. Is somebody in there talking about trading Kittle? Let me get this. I got to see who that is. Somebody traded Kittle. Have you lost your mind? I need to block you for that. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. And I've heard a lot of ridiculous things. Oh, my God. Who said trade Kittle? Have you lost your mind? Callie Styles says Juju was hurt this year. Okay, let me get into points because I don't want to get in the middle of an argument because I don't know what's going on. Stormy Red Hawk says ain't none of those teams but the Raiders drafting a receiver. So Stormy, are you telling me if we go on the strength of what Big Show just said, we have our choice of one of the best potpourris of wide receivers of all time? And it goes beyond those two. And we don't even know how Kyle feels about Chenault, Mims, or some of these other guys. Claypool. I can just see the 49ers. There seems to be 49ers are on the clock. I don't know if they know, but their time's ran out. Here comes John Lynch. You've got to revive Kyle? Okay, well, we're going to have to go. All right. Can we take two? No. I can't imagine. 49ers going to make up their mind. They're pretty. Dre Berry does not feel that Deebo's the number one. We're definitely hurting without a number one. Who is Blacklock? So I got to do my homework as far as collegiates. And Philosophy says Kinlaw's real good, but I like Derek Brown better. And any Derek Brown fans in the house, right? Who is Derek Brown? I should ask. These are questions I should present to the show, because the show's always got a complete rundown on these guys, no matter who you ask him about, right? Sean Bullison, when I said we need to trade up for Jeudy, a few people said we couldn't do it. Now what? Well, and Cali, Dre Barry. Oh, let me see. Let me go back up here. Yeah. Let's see. There's the thing, right? Melvin Fulton says there's some great receivers in the draft. Why would we want OBJ? We ain't hurting. You don't want to overpay for OBJ. Okay, he's good. Granted, he could be one of the best out there, if not the best. But when you've got a team that already made it to the Super Bowl with what you had, you can make tweaks without busting the bank. The 49ers sat back and thought about that, and after getting over the emotional residue of the Super Bowl and having the E-Man being one of the reasons why we were in there, they stopped after the clouds cleared. And they could think clearly. They said, let's go ahead and save that money. We got this to do and that to do. DeForest Buckner stuck us in the neck. We signed. So let's go ahead and sign Jimmy, and let's go ahead and we're going to make a sacrificial lamb. We're going to have to make it after the E-Man. So that kind of makes sense. It's bothersome. I wanted E-Man Sanders just as much as anybody else. I really like him. He did a lot for our offensive, our wide receiver room just improved dramatically after he showed up. We got something else going on now. Okay. We may. Are we going to cut the show short tonight because we tech issues and we can't straighten out? May have to because I can't talk without getting feedback. Can you hear my feedback? Fam, I think. We were to hit live.
Goodbye.
She said goodbye. Whoever that was. It's Guerrero. Had to hear feedback that time. It says, hey, fam, did you know the head coach from the Saints tested positive for coronavirus? Yeah, I know about Peyton. I don't know. The awful thing about that virus is it incubates for a shorter period of time before the real effects hit you. So it's real scary. So Peyton seems to be okay, though. We'll see what happens. He's got a few more days to go, I think. IB, you back? Yeah, there he is, IB.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You remember the question,
What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, IB, man, we're looking at the 13th pick. Everybody's got the idea about what's going to happen with 13. Lucky 13 for us this year. IB, what kind of plan you got for that?
Man, I want to ask you, Rambo, and I know I don't want to shake up the room too much, but I got to ask you, man, if they present us with OBJ and they say they want a first-round pick, right? The man cap hit is $14 million.
Is that what it is? He gets 14? Okay.
Yeah, if we release one more player who's worth $4 million, I don't want to release Marquise Goodwin. I want to draft.
He'd have to be first consideration. And not only him.
Right.
But you might have to get rid of, let's see, you'd have to get rid of Goodwin. Who else? It's not going to help you to get Jack McKinnon. His salary's not going to help you any. Who's next? That's the kind of thing you might have to consider Staley or some other guy.
I heard that too. I heard Cleveland is interested in
Staley for a straight-up deal. Because you're not going to be able to George Kittle's not going to be fooled with. He's going to be paid.
Right.
They want to get it done now. So I don't know where you're going to cut the fat. That's the only thing.
I mean, yeah. The reason why I ask is because year after year after year, we
crying about a
everybody
wide
asks
receiver.
Kyle and John. They said, well, not only that, they say if a star player is available, would you look in the sign? And they always say yeah, and it's always this guy.
Ain't it?
You know
He's
what
been
I'm
involved
saying?
how many times? 2 or 3, actually. You're right.
Exactly. So I don't know. Plus, I guess we would get Cleveland's 41 pick out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Second round pick.
So I don't know, but I do want to see us draft Ruggs, and I would like to see Ruggs and Goodwin though. I mean, KC runs with 2-4-2 guys.
Yo, what's that dude? What's that other kid's name on the other side of Tariq?
Mercure.
There's another one too.
Mercure Hold.
The rookie or first year, they had a rookie or second year player last year. He also had blazing speed.
Yeah.
He had blazing
Mercure
speed too.
Coleman. Yeah, he's like 4'3", 4'2". So you know what I'm saying? They did it. Yeah, and we need somebody though. If we don't get, I like Gabriel, but he's a little small. But eventually we're gonna have to formulate a solid receiving core, man, where we can depend on somebody other than the normal. You know what I'm saying? We know they're gonna double team Kittle. We know we're going for Deebo, but we need somebody else. I don't know.
And having a young room like that, I mean, what if Dante quit fooling around and broke out next year? Because he's got all the talent.
He did at the start of this year, and then he got hit a couple times, and then
quit.
I don't know if he quit on us or
he's hurt.
Something happened. He wasn't the same person. In 2018, he seemed like he was willing to take a little bit more damage.
I'd be mentally, some dudes can get stung and get up, and they don't. Mentally, it does not do a thing to him. He is one of those guys. The pain makes him think. And now, once that happens, you're done. It's
well,
NFL.
These guys,
you're going to get
players
hit again.
Who think that these players who think that they're trade bait too, they don't want to risk their cash value. You know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden they hit IR and this, that, and the third. But I ain't gonna lie, I would like to see Marquise step his game up too. The man got 800 yards for us. 2018, or was it?
He had 900 yards. He almost hit 1,000 that year. Yeah.
Right. The man can play. He might be a track star, but he proved to play some football that year for us, and that was with 3 different quarterbacks.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying. We got to do something. Defense, I like to see something, but I don't want to see. I don't think we're picking a cornerback in the first round. I don't see that happening with the 31st.
Yeah, I can't
imagine.
The
31st, maybe offensive line. There's a couple guys. I mean, I like Wims. I like Becton too, but them guys is gone in the first 5 rounds. So in the first 5 picks. So
could be. And also, like somebody pointed out earlier, everybody in this draft ain't designed to be in the 49ers secondary. Certain types.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
okay. I was just gonna say, I just don't think we want to bring in a potential starter in the secondary to shake up the camaraderie. I believe in Mosley, man. I think he's gonna do good. But I'll see you tomorrow, Ronbo. Thank you.
Good point.
Bringing me back.
Hey, appreciate you for hanging in there. All right, Abby. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
Hey, there's another good point. 49ers think will just be bringing in anybody in and say, all right, you got the job. Because the reason why the chemistry is so nice with the 49ers is say everybody has faith in everybody, including the players in the front office, not to do weird things. That's why Tom Brady was never coming, ever. They might have laughed and talked about it, but it was never going to happen. Hey, John V.
My man, Ronbo. How you doing, brother?
Oh, doing great, man. John, it's fun to sit around and contemplate what's going to happen before the draft. One of my favorite things to do during the course of the year, actually, is anticipate the draft, and especially if you get it right, so you can jump up and say things like, I told you guys you were getting Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is not more than medication. Nick Bosa could be the franchise. I was talking loud and being crazy, but I'll be damned if it ain't true. Nick Bosa is a defensive franchise. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Buckeye fan, man. To see Bosa come to my Niners. From the Buckeyes to the Niners, Ronbo. Oh, man.
That must have been fun for you. I forgot.
That was awesome. Oh, my God. It was
awesome. But here we are again. Hey, John, what's your plan for number 13?
13, Ronbo. I mean, I know we need a receiver, but I told you before, I do like Kinlaw. That dude is a stud, massive, big dude. I don't know, Ronbo. I'm having a terrible time deciding. We've got these few positions that we need to fulfill, and we've got these picks. And you know, because we came back from the Super Bowl, we are in a great position in this draft. The best I've seen from a team going to the Super Bowl and coming back. We are really in good shape. We kept
a lot of our guys. Yep.
Yeah, we kept a lot of our guys. We've got picks. But at 13, Ronbo, I mean, I like Ruggs. I listened to Trey. I saw those videos. That dude can jump. But I don't know how he transitions. I don't know how he transitions on the field. I really don't.
And there's no way to know.
Have two speed demons, to keep Goodwin, and to have Ruggs. Ruggs runs a 4.27. He was unhappy with that. Pulled his hamstring trying again. I don't know. He's trying to beat that Bengals dude. Brown, whatever his name is, John Brown. What's
John.
his name? But I mean, Rumble, who do you like at 13? Do you like receiver? Do you like DT? What do you like? Do you like?
I want Kyle to have whatever he wants offensively, and I imagine that it is a wide receiver. So I'm gonna go with that this year because every year Kyle sets back and allows the first round to be a player of necessity. We got an offensive lineman, we got a defensive lineman. They both worked out very well. Well, we got two defensive linemen. One of them didn't do so well, but he's still a work in progress. So, this year should be Kyle's time. Let him have it because we already went to the Super Bowl. But we did lose, like you're saying, and pretty much what your argument speaks to, is the fact that we lost a big piece of that defensive line. So Kinlaw actually makes sense. But also, like Sho said, you want two back-to-back years. If Kinlaw works out to be as good as everybody thinks it's going to be, now you got two $20 million paydays coming up.
Right.
in those 4 years.
No. Sho brought up some big points. I mean, if we skip out on the secondary this year and we strictly hit receiver, I mean, that's great. But Rumble, our team we are built as a defensive powerhouse.
Which is really funny because Shannon's an offensive guy.
I can't see us. I mean, imagine we take the 31st pick and we trade up. We trade back for it. Even if we use it for an O lineman, I don't know what we would do. Would we use that 31st on an O lineman? Would we try to take Gladney or? I mean, I don't even know who's going to be available at 31st as far as a cornerback's concerned. So, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss, brother. It's hard. Very hard.
What we need to know is what other teams need to do. And watch out for that crazy trade up. That crazy trade up from another round, second round up to the first round. And he comes in and he trades up at number 11 or 12. Now you drop the 49ers back. And that guy came up. Why? He wants Jeudy or he wants Ruggs. And now Kyle Shanahan says, oh, what the? All right, plan B. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's all of a sudden they throw up.
Judy's phenomenal, Ronbo. Jeudy is phenomenal. But I'm worried that he won't be there. But then again, we've been speculating this entire time. And John and Kyle are going to hit us in the face with a book. We're just going to be like spun for words because they're either going to pull something off incredible. Yeah, they do. They're going to either get picks and land Ruggs and still get maybe work out something with Kinlaw. I don't know. But these mock drafts have us trading. I mean, they have us trading back and gathering more picks and still landing Ruggs. I don't know. You have a chance to move him back and picking up some additional picks. So
somebody in the chat just said Ruggs is not a first-round pick. So you could be right. Ruggs falls in the second round. 49ers get another guy they could have used that's even better.
But if he's a bust, then what?
Oh!
What if he totally busts?
Oh! Because 4-2-7
That's gonna hurt, man.
It would. Especially, But, John, how bad would it hurt? You can almost run a risk when you've got a team that's pretty much Super Bowl strong. Even if they don't pick up another player out of the draft, the 49ers are going to be fine. But if you do pick up the right player, now you make it near impossible to stop Kyle offensively. It's going to be tough to because like I said earlier, it's about time spent in Kyle's system that's going to make you great. You can't bring a guy that's great into the system and he doesn't know the system and expect him to flourish right away. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
So, it's a tough thing to figure out.
It is a tough thing. I mean, if Lamb is gone and Jeudy's gone, then maybe we do build up the defense. Maybe we do get Kinlaw. I don't know, Ronbo. It's going to be tough. But
it is, John. John, we're going to go.
That's all I got, brother.
Good stuff, fam. We'll pick up right where we left off tomorrow, okay?
Yes, sir, my man. I'll be there. Appreciate everything you do as always, Ronbo.
Thanks,
Good night,
John.
my man.
Night. Eric Gold is 717. Hello.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. Ronbo, is that you, brother?
That's me, man. Who is this?
Hey, it's Chris Porter. How you doing?
Chris? Hey, Chris. Your voice sounds familiar. Somebody else talks like you. But, Chris, welcome on in, man. What are you thinking there, man?
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Because we're looking at pick number 13. And what a position to be right in the middle of the draft. And a team that's already been to the Super Bowl, and pretty much we brought most of our guys back, Chris. What are you doing with that 13th pick? You don't need to do anything. You can do anything crazy you want. You can do anything, trade it back. You can do anything you want with that 13th pick, basically, with this team. There's no huge need, but get a luxury pick. What are you doing?
I mean, you're right, man. I mean, being in this position, I think, like you said, we already hit on some great points. We brought practically everybody back except for Emmanuel Sanders and DeForest Buckner, but we didn't bring back DeForest Buckner because we honestly just couldn't afford to pay him, and I'm sad to see him go. That guy was the absolute legend here in the Bay, but we got an absolute haul for him. And, if Emmanuel Sanders would have took a team-friendly deal, we could have brought him back. That would probably make this draft list a little bit easier. But
Chris, I just want to ask a question right there, though. Was Emmanuel Sanders' deal? I think the 49ers could have talked him down to 7.5. He went for 8. I think Sanders just said the 49ers are not going to call me. I got to take something. I think he was waiting. They didn't call him. They didn't want him.
I mean, they probably. There's a lot of reasons why you could want him. There's a lot of reasons why you couldn't want him. I mean, you can list the reasons why you could want him. He's a great locker room fit. He fit extremely well in this system. He came in and made an absolute impact not only on our offense, but I believe personally he made a really huge impact on Jimmy as well, which is something that we absolutely are going to need going into this next season because there's still people that are under the impression that Jimmy's not really the guy here, which Emmanuel Sanders helped prove a lot of people quiet. But exactly why I think 13th pick, we definitely need to go wide receiver. But the problem is, if you're John Lynch, you like to do a lot of backroom deals. If we want to offer up that 13th pick and maybe drop back a couple and pick up maybe a third, too, I would be okay with that because we don't really have a lot of mid-round picks this year. We traded our second round, I believe. Didn't we trade our second round this year to get D4 last year?
No, second round last year was D Ford, and third and fourth round was for Emmanuel Sanders,
So we don't have any mid-round picks. We have these 2 first, and then we don't pick again until, the fourth round? That's a huge problem because there's a lot of good prospects that are going to come in those middle rounds right there. And a wide receiver that not a lot of people are talking about, and I got the stream on my TV, and I saw a couple people talking about him. I like T. Higgins out of Clemson. I'm really high on him.
Somebody else mentioned his name.
He was doing this year.
Why do you like T. Higgins?
Yeah, so I mean, personally, he's of a bigger stature. He got big hands. He could definitely dominate defensive backs that are going to be on him to basically, make them bow down to him. And I think with a little time just to learn our system, I think he'd be a really great fit. But I don't know. I'm thinking a lot of things. I'm thinking we can take a rookie receiver here. We do some backroom deals. Maybe try to get a veteran guy in here that could be a good influence on our younger guys. So we got a lot of younger wide receivers, and we got Trent Taylor coming back this year. There's Jalen Hurts coming back this year as well from that back injury. I mean, we're in a good position, but we're definitely in a complicated position. So it's all about what you want to do here. And I know I'm going to get some hate for this. I'm going to get some hate for this. Please don't trade for Odell Beckham. Don't do it.
I still think it's just not feasible. It's just too much burden. I mean, it's going to strain everything to go get him. You got to get rid of some more guys. You got to try to figure out how you're going to pay him. It's really it's more trouble than it's worth. I mean, he's great, but we're not that bad that we need to go get him.
No, absolutely not.
And there's too many good guys in this draft, which already drops his stock. Anyway, so.
Plus, he's too. I mean, plus, it's not even about how he is as like a locker room person at this point. I'm looking at more purely, money situation because we still got we still got a low key number one receiver in George Kittle that needs to get paid, and that's supposed to be our number one priority coming up before the draft. So
no doubt about it.
And so it's like we got to pay him. So taking in somebody who's going to have a cap hit of $14 million, it's just not smart right now. But for real, people are talking about if you want to trade for a wide receiver from Cleveland, I'd go Jarvis Landry. Why not trade for Jarvis Landry? His cap hits $2 million less, and he just seems like he's more dedicated to the game than Odell Beckham is. I don't know why. Jarvis just seems like more of that dog type guy that I would want.
Yeah, Jarvis is
wearing my colors.
Very consistent. I don't know. I think the 49ers are going to go with that. They're going to stay with the youth movement as long as they can get to and win as many games as they can. When you got Kyle Shanahan, you can avoid doing things in that fashion because Kyle's going to make guys win or score points no matter what. So
absolutely, we got the wizard, man. That's what he does. He's going to reach in that bag of tricks, and he's going to lead us to another Super Bowl here soon.
Guys going to be going in the end zone all by themselves, and nobody's going to understand how that happened. That's the amazing thing about it. So
pure magic.
But anyway, hey.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say. Oh, let me, Chris. Yeah, Chris. Let me. We're out of time. Let me talk to you tomorrow. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll be back. Thanks for having me. Stay safe.
Looking forward to it. All right, fam. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, Leon. Leon. Let's go ahead. Let's get Josh. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Ronbo.
Josh, number 13 is the number tonight, Josh. It's lucky for a change. How you doing?
Doing good, man. It's been a minute since I've been on the line with you.
Yeah, it has. I tell you, because we got a Josh 1 and 2. One of them identifies himself in the chat. I was getting a kick out of that. There's Josh 1 now. Richard Hart, back injuries can be career-ending, but he didn't have to have any surgery, so that's a big plus. It could be a good to go, almost 1 year of all. Hey, you know what, Josh? Here's the thing. The 49ers receivers, what if Jalen Hurts and Trent Taylor come back just gangbusting? Do we really need a wide receiver this year?
Well, and that's what I was going to go with is, I know everybody is speculating on, wide receiver for, our 13th pick. We very well could do that. We don't know what Kyle's going to do. Nobody knows what he's going to do. They already did the mind-blowing trade for, Buckner. We've all thought it was going to be Armstead.
Yeah.
And, they had the sheet over our eyes the whole time. We had no idea that was going to happen. So, it could be that Hurd, hopefully, knock on wood, that he can come back and be the beast, the predator that he was.
Yeah.
We have Deebo, and everybody knows Deebo, he's the man. We have Kittle. Trent Taylor, he was doing great on routes before he got hurt. And hopefully Marquise Goodwin, he is a track star, but, this guy's a human being. We're all human beings. We've all have had horrific tragedies happen in our lives at one point, and he just had them 2 years in a row. That can devastate somebody and mess with them mentally. And now that he has his kid,
actually 3 years
he could be good to go.
Now that I think about it.
3 years in a row. Yeah. he could be good to go now. You know, he's finally got a baby. The wife's okay. The baby's good. He could ball out this year. It could happen.
I agree.
So Kyle could go in a whole different route and not even go with wide receiver until, you know, the 6th round, 7th round. Who knows?
I know.
I don't know, you know, but, you know, I actually read a report on Hurd like 3 weeks ago that he will be cleared to play in April
I think
for
I
the
read that
OTAs.
one. Okay, I thought you had something else to say. Because he was fine recently. Because, you know, really was scary, Josh. So, Jalen Hurd did not make the trip to the Super Bowl because they were concerned about the jarring on his back. What? He's that fragile? Oh, my God.
Well, you know, the stress fractures in your back, it's no joke. You know, it's very serious.
And you're going to play football at this level?
Yeah. You know, what a lot of people aren't mentioning, though, you know, I brought it up, I think the last time I was on the line, was this is Joe Staley's last year.
You think so?
You know,
yeah.
Well, yeah, he has the extension this is his last year with us.
Well, last year was part of the extension. That's true. Huh? Okay.
Yeah. So we need somebody to replace him. We've got all this money invested in Jimmy Garoppolo. You know, we need to get the replacement for Staley and to protect Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have a good enough, everybody knows that if you have a good enough O-line, you could have decent receivers. And if you got a really good O-line, you could have all day to get those throws out to your decent receivers when they get open.
That's why Dak Prescott needs to shut up. Because, you know, you have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Of course you look great. Nobody's touching you. So, you know, or even rushing you. So
Kyle could go down that route. We don't know. We have no idea. But, you know, personally, my favorite I mentioned earlier in the chat was Higgins. I think he would fit in for us really good, the wide receiver from Clemson.
A lot of people like Higgins. So, yeah. Because if you're going to lose Jalen Hurd, Higgins is big, right?
He's 6'4" and 217 pounds, 215 pounds.
Yeah,
and Hurd is 6'5", 225 pounds, I think.
Hurd could actually potentially go to 250. He was that big as a running back. Can you imagine? 6'4" or 6'5", like you're saying, 250 pounds, dropping his shoulder, coming at you at high speed. You make a business decision if you're playing corner like I used to or anything like that, and you like hit him on top of his shoes. And then up above that, you're running a risk. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I know we're short on time and all that, but I also was saying earlier in the chat, I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle goes with Claypool, the wide receiver from Notre Dame. You know, he's not super flashy, but he's like Kittle 2.0.
I know.
He really is. Imagine having two Kittles on the field at the same time.
And he looks
That's
like
a
he could get heavier, too, because you could see his muscle mass is really a big kid. And, you know,
he is a big guy.
Cut.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could build him up a little bigger and make him even more of a force. They might like him just for the reason you just stated, too. Because I think that's what Kyle had in mind with Jalen Hurd until Hurd got hurt. He was going to use him on a number of ways. So, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right. Josh, you're right. Great to hear from you again, Josh. If you get time, would you come on back tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll come back on tomorrow, Ronbo.
All right.
For sure.
Be looking for you. All right.
All right, Sam.
You too. Have a good night.
All right.
There's Josh. I've heard from him in a long time. Hey, Josh. Thanks, Josh. Josh, I agree with Josh, too. O-line is especially important. We have to prepare to protect Jimmy's blind side. And damn, Josh, too, this is a great point. Trent and Hurd could fill our need at wide receiver, and Kinlaw could be our target at 13. If only. The only thing I worry about with Kinlaw is, and it's too soon to worry, though, is the year that it's time to re-sign Nick, and then Kinlaw, if he blows up, wow, we'd be in good shape. That means we didn't miss a beat. That means Kinlaw came in and filled the void at a rookie contract. He won't be as good as Buckner. I don't believe that, but I think he'll be good. He comes in and he does what Buckner did, drawing double teams and things like that, and we didn't miss a beat. D Ford, Nick are doing their thing, And, of course, the cleanup man. Eric Armstead doing his thing. That's Eric Armstead. People hate him. But Eric Armstead, look, if they provide a space for me to kick ass, that's what I'm going to do. You can hate on me all you want to, but I got 12 sacks since last time you talked to me. Hey, I be arguing for you all the time. Hey, Jerry.
I just know this is cutting. Charlie, let's go. Come on.
Jay, Jay!
Yo!
Is it Josh? Oh, Josh, I'm sorry. Josh, what are you watching? Oh, okay, I don't know what's going on now. Jerry, what are you watching?
Ronbo.
Yes. Come on in, Jerry.
Oh, all right. Here we go. Hold on. Give me a second.
Actually, we're curious about what you're watching. It's okay. Jay.
Oh, the Mighty Ducks.
Exactly. Makes sense. Jay, we're having fun with pick number 13 tonight. As you know, the options are endless. And as we don't, and still, we have no idea. Every time we think we know John and Kyle, we don't know them. And they don't tell them what they're going to do with 13. But what do you think is going to happen? And what would you do?
I already told you. Ruggs, Lamb, or Jeudy.
Which one? You got to pick one. You can't have all of them.
I am, but
by the way, Jay, just to make you feel better, though, all three of them may actually be available at number 13.
Yeah. I think if all three of them available, they get Jeudy because he like in between both.
Yeah, and Kyle loves him some route runners. Yep.
Yeah. He got a little speed to him. That 4.45.
Ooh. Oh. Yes. You know what? Would you still consider him a vertical threat though? I don't. Yeah. He's a guy I'm gonna put in the slot. From what I understand, that's what he's going to be in the NFL, a slot receiver. But that's going to take
Dante.
Outside.
He's 6'1".
Yeah. But, you want to use him to take advantage of people with that kind of speed and route running ability. And I heard his route running ability is just ridiculous. I saw a clip of him running out of the slot. And the dude who was guarding him, I felt sorry for him. He's stumbling around, and Jeudy, boom, stop, hit the brake, boom, goes right. Although, if I was the quarterback, I would have known to look toward the sideline because that's where he's going. Why would he cut back toward the middle of the field? There he went, boom, go to the sideline. Quarterback hit him right, perfect in stride. I said, boy, poor guy. There wasn't nothing he could do about that.
Yeah.
So
he got them after the catch move.
Yeah.
But so, like I said, I think Kyle like Henry Ruggs, though.
I do, too. I think most of us think Kyle likes
like Kyle tight. Yeah, he just seems like Kyle tight.
Yeah. He's strong.
Kyle like that quick.
We need a speedster. Yep. And
compact, 5'11", or 195.
And they underestimate his ability to run routes. A lot of people do. He runs routes. At that speed, if he can run routes. Only thing is, Jay, can he please not pull a hammy? Dudes who run less than 4.3, their hamstrings are just sitting there screaming every time the man explodes. No! And then they just blow up. So
Yeah, but he a little bit he a little bit like Deebo though. He a little bit thicker size than John Ross and Marquise.
Yeah.
He look a little bit more compact.
Yeah. So he might maybe he's a little stronger. I hope so because I know I really believe if he's there, that's gonna be Kyle's choice. I agree.
And then we keep talking about Jalen Hurts like he got the track record behind him. He played one preseason game. We talking about one preseason game right here now. He ain't played that NFL. He ain't played against one top-notch corner.
Yeah.
Come on, let's just pump the brakes. We don't even know what we got in Jalen Hurts.
I played against the Cowboys. He's just big and strong. And Jay, how many years we in the row? Ever since Kyle got there, we need a big receiver. Well, you know what? How many big receivers other than Julio are just dominating every year? You know what
Right, unless they top 10 picks.
Yeah, you got to run route in the NFL now because they got cornerbacks out there to beat your big butt up. See, that's why I don't mind the idea of a big big wide receiver, but he need to have some skills. He can't just be big and call himself going to beat everybody on the jump or out muscle people. That doesn't work. Not really.
Nah. Corner got good technique and good position.
Yeah.
All you got to do is get a shot at you.
You got to have George Kittle skills, and George is a tight end. George learned how to George learned how to drop. Boy, George is like that. He's got them routes. Boom! George can explode left, right, back towards the quarterback. He is good at that. Everybody can't do that. George just makes it look easy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. George done learn how to get open, especially against these linebackers and safeties.
Yeah.
They can't hang with George.
No.
Not at all.
So.
Well, we definitely getting a receiver though. That D lineman, like I said, we probably trade that 31 pick, probably pick up an extra third or fourth round, and they probably get another D lineman in the draft. We got a nice little rotation. We need a star receiver. It's been about 20 years. When was the last time y'all had other than Deebo had a star receiver?
Well, he wasn't drafted by the 49ers, but I would have to say Bolden, huh?
I mean, Antoine was decent. He wasn't no star though.
Yeah, you know who thought he was a star?
The last 1,000 Crabtree. He was the last 1,000-yard receiver we had.
I know. Oh. No, Bolden had 1,000 yards.
Oh, he did?
So that year we had Bolden and Crabtree that year, too.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Bad.
That's what I'm saying.
Bad.
We need that badass on the other side of Deebo.
You're right, because Deebo's going to get 1,000 yards this season. I mean, for no other reason other than Jimmy G having a full year with Kyle. And, as I said, it's about time spent in Kyle Shanahan's system is what's going to make you good or bad. Second year, everybody's got 2 and 3 years. Yeah, they're going to be lit. And if you get another kid in there that's got Deebo-like skills, like Jeudy, you're probably going to get – he could get close.
Because Lamb run mean.
Lamb, too. Lamb's a tough guy. I forget about that. That's true. Kyle may like him, too.
Yeah.
He may like
Only
him.
thing with him, he just ran a 4.51, but,
Deebo runs about that same speed.
The best receiver in the NFL through the years ran like a 4.5.
I know. It's about route running, and like Jerry Rice said, I got a fifth gear when them dudes is coming at me, looking like they plan on hurting me. See, Deebo showed that last year too. Deebo's getting away.
Run like they running from the police.
We gotta go, fam. Hey,
they take it back.
Jay, man, good to hear from you. All right, I'm gonna look for you tomorrow if you got a chance. Okay.
Have a blessed night, Ronbo. Have a blessed night, faithful.
Thanks, man.
Call us out. Because we're not in Empire forever.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, not again.
I'm going to change. I got 2 J's. I keep getting y'all confused. I'm going to put J Truck. Change his name to J Truck so I know who I'm talking to next time. Jay!
Already.
Have a good night, fam. I'll talk to you later.
Have a blessed one. Already.
Oh, God. And Money Blue, thanks. Both Chiefs and 49ers traded Alex Smith. Yikes. With quarterbacks, Joe Montana, the Chiefs didn't even do him like that. You know what I'm saying? 812 is your area code. Hello.
Oh, yeah, this is Richard Hart. I always work
Richard.
on your chats. Yeah, hey, we really need another wide receiver because, for one thing, it will preserve George Kittle's career.
Oh, yeah, or else add to his stats, too. Because you need to take some of those defenders off of him. Exactly.
Well, yeah, his style of play is just too aggressive. I mean, he's had an injury like every year he's played. His rookie year, wasn't it his ribs he banged up?
But he's running around with a flat jacket on? Yeah.
Yeah, yep. And then
he had that flat jacket on last year, too. 2018, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
You know that gray sleeve he wears, Ronbo, that comes out from under his pads?
Yeah.
Under his sleeve?
Yeah.
You know, he tore his labrum, and he just wears that to hold it in place.
I know. George is outrageous.
And then
yeah, go ahead.
And then he hurt his ankle and his knee again in that Cardinals game. They said he had I'm even a medical professional. I couldn't tell you what a popped cap is on your knee.
Nobody heard that term before. It seemed that there was a separation somewhere between his kneecap and something, whether a tendon or muscle. I'm not sure what it was. But it didn't need surgery, but it needed time to heal back up. Did you see that hyperextension in that play? George, that leg was straightened out and arced forward. I thought that was it. George came out and finished the game as a top receiver. The guy's crazy. He's nuts.
We need other receiving options, man. I mean, that's all I'm saying. I mean,
let George be a tight end instead of a.
I really don't have any confidence. No offense to Jalen Hurd, he looked good in that preseason game he played, but when I hear about you can't ride on a plane because you're back,
and I thought that was a joke when they first said it. I was laughing.
No, it wasn't.
They were
wasn't
serious.
A joke. Yes, it was real. His back was really that hurt. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think Trent Taylor. I really have more faith in Trent Taylor coming back from all them surgeries and that screw in his foot more than I do Jalen Hurd coming back. Yeah. So I think
going to be a huge help if he can come back, because Trent Taylor was the best in the league at running the slant, and Jimmy G does really well with that kind of receiver. I guess from coming out of the New England system. So.
Hey, yeah. I mean, a few years ago, I went to the Colts and 49ers game where we played them and lost in overtime to Indianapolis.
Right.
Trent Taylor had a couple good catches in that game out in the flat in the middle. Yeah.
He's good. He is. And he was having the best preseason last year before he got hurt of anybody and everybody on the field. So, yeah. He's got to be a man on a mission right now. Trent Taylor's probably training his brains out right now, even as we speak. No matter what.
He seems like one of those. He seems like one of those players that, I don't know. We don't have any crazy athletic abilities. He's just a football player, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, like Jerry Rice, really. Jerry Rice ran a 4.69.
No, but nobody ever caught him from behind.
Yeah.
Taylor's got quick twitch muscles from head to toe, though. If you're trying to stay with him as a defensive back, he's going to abuse you. Remember that year that the Honey Badger got so mad? I mean, Trent was just killing him, right? And he got to the sideline. He tried to start a fight on the sideline. Like, whoa! That means Taylor's really getting on his nerves.
Yeah, I never liked Mathal anyway. I always thought he was a cocky punk. But I hate it. They got one over on us though.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl, man.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be a repeat though. We'll get another shot.
God, I'd give anything for that. And this time, don't bring that same reffing crew out there. Give me some real refs. No, give me refs that make the calls. I don't care if they make calls on us. Make the calls on everybody.
What was his name? Yeah, how can you go a whole game without getting an offensive holding call on your line, going against a defensive line like ours?
Like the 49ers, right? You saw one.
Yeah, it's impossible.
They just avoided the call. You give the Chiefs every benefit, because if you stop the 49ers defensive pass rush, you pretty much stop the 49ers. Damn it.
Yep. I'm not holding. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of things we could have did to win that game. Like Kyle Shanahan shouldn't have slowed down before halftime, and been like,
I know, right?
Oh, well, we're just going to take a knee. No, we should have kept going. Especially after the Kittle catch got called back. We still should have.
And what was Deebo doing? And what was Deebo doing in the first half? They couldn't do a damn thing with Deebo. Give the ball to Deebo. Let him do his thing. No, Kyle's got it.
Yeah.
He overthinks it. It's Okay. Anyway, fam, we got to go. Let's see you tomorrow if you get a chance, Richard. All right?
Yep. Yeah, I'll get back on there later.
Looking forward. All right, fam. Have a good night.
Thanks. Bye.
And I go, Buddy Blue Eyed, he said, oh, yeah, be here. Oh, Mr. 205. Ruggs at 13 and Lamb at 31. Although I don't see Lamb lasting until 31, but boy, wouldn't that be special? We came out of the draft with the first round picks of Ruggs and Lamb. You know what? The first thing we were talking about, who's leaving now? I got Ruggs. I got Lamb. Every time I say Lamb, I think about Shalio. Anyway, I got Ruggs. I got Lamb. I got Deebo. I got Trent Taylor. I'm not getting rid of KB. That's 5. Do you keep Richie James? Maybe. Woo! Man, tell you about it. Hey, Bill.
What's up?
Bill, you know what's up, man. It's all about 13, man. It's Lucky 13 night. What's up with you, Bill? What are you going to do with that pick?
If Jerry Jeudy's available, I would get him.
All right. Jerry Jeudy's catching up now.
I would go with Jerry Jeudy.
All right. I think he's 1 or 2 behind, though, of the Ruggs crowd. But why would you pick up Jeudy?
I think he could get separation, and he would open up Kittle. If they start their holding call like they always do, they couldn't hold Kittle and hold Jerry at the same time. It'd be impossible. It'd be totally freaking impossible, which I think they would start holding Jerry. Jerry can get held. You would have to hold him all day long to cover him. And then we all know Kittle and the rest of the guys will get open. So, there you go. Or possibly, pick up a good fast running back. Is it true we might be signing Gore back?
Who? Go on, I heard.
Is it true we might be signing Frank Gore?
I don't know. Somebody mentioned it. I've not seen anything in the trails I go through every day looking at stuff. But I'm not saying anything about Gore getting picked. Gore's looking to play somewhere so he can play on a regular basis. I don't know, Bill. I'll stay with that answer. I really don't know.
I'm really curious about that, what they're going to do on that end. So how are you handling this quarantine that's been going on?
Fine. I seen this coming on days before it even came on. I knew they're going to make everybody stay off the street soon. It's got to flat line out. I mean, people can't keep getting it every day. I mean, it'll never end. You got to go through the whole population. So, yeah, people still aren't respecting it. Like, it's not going to work unless people really do it, but, But anyway.
Well, the way I look at it is they've been, they cut down all the restaurants here, and you got to only do takeout.
Yep. No contact. Social distancing. It's the name of the game. It'll be over, Bill. Bill, my only thing is, can we get to the football season, though, and have it? It's scary. It's got to end soon, so we'll see. But anyway.
My concern, I want it to end before preseason starts. And they're talking about expanding the season and cutting preseason. I've heard something about that, too.
That's in the CBA discussion. And, 17-game season. You just start sooner than you would. Yeah, but, that's been talking about that for years, right? But anyway. Mm-hmm. But, Bill, anyway, 13 and 31, because we're pretty much going to go here because it's getting late. So you're going to take Jeudy. What's your 31? You're trading that back. You want to grab a 5th round and see if you can move into the 2nd round with that 3rd. What are you thinking?
It'll depend on who's available. If anybody fits the scheme. If not, I would trade it down. And get some other compensation picks if it depends on who's available, if he's got anything else planned. Don't tell him with Shanahan what he's going to do now. We always every year say he's going to do something, but he just totally surprises us with something different. We want Jerry Jeudy, but he may not be going for Jerry Jeudy. He could be going for CeeDee Lamb or someone else,
Because I still haven't gotten over Michael McGlinchey yet. I mean, I did not see that coming. Solomon Thomas, I actually didn't see that coming either. I saw Nick coming, but Solomon Thomas and Mike McGlinchey. Whoa!
We also got to keep in mind their track record. Could they stay out of trouble? I mean, like Reuben Foster, he's looking at a lot of that. Off the field issues as well.
You know what? There's not a lot of kids this year that are coming in with baggage, it seems. At least I haven't read about anybody. In the years past, actually, Reuben Foster didn't have I don't think he had a track record of bad citizenship coming into that draft. Sometimes these guys all of a sudden were flying under the radar the whole time, and by the time you get them, they expose themselves as being who they are, of course. So we'll see.
I don't think we're getting Odell Beckham Jr. because of that track record. I don't think that's happening. So anybody who's like, don't trade for Odell, I don't think we need to worry about that because of his track record. I don't think Shanahan's going to pick him up.
Yeah, it's
I'm going to call that right now. It's looking for on-the-field talent and making sure you stay out of trouble and don't cause no problems with the team and stuff as well. And we know Beckham is a drama queen, so he don't want that on his team.
Bill, we're gonna go, Bill. Let me shout you out here. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. It's getting later. We're gonna run out of time here, but be
it depends on if I'm feeling. I'm not been feeling pretty good lately. So if you don't hear from me for a while, then I'm not feeling good. I'll be sleeping a lot. But Shania said hi. She wants a Ronbo shout out. And
all right, well, Bill, you get better now. Rest up. Maybe just tired. All right, you ready? A Bill and Shania, guys, have a good night. let me go ahead and see. Let's go on with Lee. Hey, Lee. Lee. Lee, you got to turn something on. I heard you faintly.
Yo, can you hear me?
Now it's much better. Lee! Lee, I know you.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
I tell you what, Lee, I know you've been speculating about number 13 and number 31. And we talked about it for days anyway, off and on. But Lee, tonight the spotlight is on the three Golden Boy receivers. And you know, 2 or 3 of them are going to be available, no doubt about it, right? So what do you think of Lee?
Yeah, well, obviously the free agency changed, a lot of people's drafts because that sort of sets the tone for, what's the bigger need. And because we re-signed guys like Jimmy Ward and we lost Sanders and Deebo, it makes probably the DT and the wide receiver much bigger needs than they were.
Yep.
I think they had this plan going in quite a while back because you can see the guys they bring in, Ronbo, to interview. Mm-hmm. If you look at the guys they bring in Blacklock from TCU, the DT. Mm-hmm. They met him. So that means they were looking for a guy at defensive tackle. He'll be there probably at 31. You look at guys like Ruggs. They looked at, I think that's a guy that Kyle really likes.
I do too. I really do.
He'll be there at 31. Yeah. Preferably, I'm like most people, I'd rather have Jeudy or Lamb because I feel like they're complete receivers. They're the 2 top-ranked guys, but they might not be there. And if Ruggs is there, I can see Kyle picking him, Ronbo. I think he'll fall in love with his speed. He replaces Goodwin. Mm-hmm. He's good blocker. He's quite good, good size, and he's over 6 foot. So I could see them going there. Me preferably, like I said, I'd rather get Lamb and probably Gladney with the 31st pick, but both of those guys might not be there at those picks. So if that was the scenario and they weren't there, then I'd probably play it safe, Ronbo, and I'd probably go for Kinlaw or one of the tackles like Andrew Thomas if they fell at 13. Okay. Right. That's if those receivers aren't there. But yeah, I like Jeudy out of those 3 receivers. That's the pick. Oh no, sorry, I mean Lamb slightly over Jeudy.
All right.
I'm not a big fan of Ruggs.
Yeah, I really Lamb is kind of like Deebo in a way. The guy's a tough dude. When he catches the ball, Lamb is coming down the field, and if you come in there with anything weak, he's going to run right through you. And I know that impresses Kyle because that's what they were talking to receivers about last year. They want the yak men. So you can be on.
Well, that's one thing where Lamb's really strong. Why I like him is because he's good after the catch, and he's also really good in contested catches situations, and he probably has the best hands out of the 3. So that's why I like Lamb. Judy's the route master, but I'd rather go for the guy with the best hands, the yak ability, and can win the one-on-ones, contested catches.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big play guy, and Jeudy is good. He's too, he's a position guy. And then you look at Ruggs, and I see he's the burner, but there's so many burners that don't have, that don't work out in the NFL. If you remember back 2009, we drafted, I think, what was the receiver we got from Texas Tech, Crabtree, and the Raiders went and got Darius Hayward-Bay, and he was a speedster. Remember that, Ronbo? He wasn't nothing. There's a lot of speed
and Crabtree starts the season off hurt. You're right.
And they got the pick before us, but it showed that, they went for the speedy guy and it didn't work out. Like, if I'm going to pick a receiver, I'd rather go for the more complete guy because I know he's a bit safer, than just going for the all-out.
And they always work out better.
And guys like, yeah, exactly. If their skill set's better, then they're less of a risk than a guy that's just got burning speed. And Ruggs is good, but I just don't see him as complete as the other two. So if I was picking receiver at 13, I'd go for him.
You know what, though?
At 31,
Ruggs feels a role, though.
that?
Ruggs feels a role. I that's the only thing I'm thinking. Because we got, you know what? You don't need redundancy is what probably Kyle doesn't want. He's got plenty of guys that can work the middle of the field. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's the only reason why Ruggs would probably be the pick of all of them. But go ahead. Go ahead with more.
Well, that's you know what Kyle's like. He'll look for sort of a trait or a thing that he likes in the system, and he'll get that. Like it was Pettis, if he liked the separation and his ability in the return game. And Ruggs gives you that too. He gives you that return game, and he can get separation because he's got that speed.
Yeah.
Where he breaks away from people.
Yeah.
So
scares
at 31
DCs
though,
to death.
Yeah. And at 31, man, there's a lot of ways you could go. Me, obviously, if you get the receiver, then I'd probably trade back Ronbo. I like to sort of get in capital at 31. I could get a cornerback and I could get a O-lineman, you know what I mean? 2 other big needs, or I could get a defensive tackle. The guy I really like that no one I haven't heard anyone mention is Bryce Hall out of Virginia, Ronbo. Perfect for our system, 6'1", long, probably the best ball skills out of any defensive back in this entire class. He was a first rounder, and then he got injured this year.
How tall did you
so
say he
he's
was?
going to fall to the second. 6'1", but he's real long,
Okay.
like long arms.
Yeah, you got to be 6'1" makes you eligible, actually. Lee, look at that.
And
Lee,
he's
Lee, hold that right there, that thought right there. Bring it back tomorrow, will you? Because we're out of time. It's getting pretty late, so I'm going to see if I can stretch out and get a couple more.
Thanks, everything you do, and shout out to the Empire.
Thanks, Lee. Good stuff, as you always bring. Talk to you later. BM says, wait a minute. My bad. Jerry Jeudy, number 13. He's the next Jerry Rice. Oh, God. There's so many more. Oh, God. John, come on in, John.
What's going on, man?
John, man, we're looking at number 13, and it's hilarious stuff, man. Because we're thinking wide receiver, right? What if we're wrong? John, you got Jeudy, you got Ruggs, you got Lamb. Are you going to get somebody else at number 13? Or are you going to stay with one of them? Because one of them going to be ready. 2 of them probably going to be available. Or do you go ahead and get Ken Law, get that defense, that hole? Some people think Buck left a hole. Could you go that route? And there could be some guys nobody even knows about that you could pick up to fill up Buck's hole. And everybody say, what? Who is this? Guy comes into camp and just owns the place. I'm dreaming. What are you thinking, John? John, you're broken up. You're broken up.
In the last 4 or 5 years, man,
Oh, that's good. Here you go.
Especially since Kyle been there. We've been taking the back seat to getting an absolute stud. Last year was the first year we just actually got a beast, in Bosa. And we all went back and forth not knowing how they were going to go with who they were going to pick, because there was a lot of guys out there. So this year, the draft class is high with receivers.
Every year, something like this.
It's all about what you like. So I mean, me personally, if I had to pick out of the 3, the Jeudy guy, he just looked like he when he running his route, the ball just be right on time, and it just looked like fluid. You know what I'm saying? But you got the Lamb cat that can make all these outrageous catches and still punish you after the catch. And then you got the speedster in Ruggs. So, I mean, it's like pick your poison, So it really doesn't matter to me who they choose, but I just want somebody who's going to be competitive every down, especially claiming that they're going to be the number 1 receiver. which I don't feel the system really has a number one. You know, it's catch the ball when it comes to you.
Yeah, the
So,
49ers. Deebo, you mentioned that. You know, it's really funny because Deebo could have been the number one receiver in the Super Bowl. Kyle went away from him for reasons unknown to me. Well, he's what he is. He's way more intelligent about this game than I am. But all I know is if he'd have kept going to Deebo, he would have wore the frigging team. The Chiefs couldn't do a dang thing with them. Now that would have opened up the game for everybody on the team. I do not know what he did that for. But it's over now, so he probably learned. I think Kyle sometimes, John, I think he's still learning things himself. But, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, he learning on the fly, So, it's and with that 31 pick, I don't really know, if they're going to, especially if they get the guy that they wanted in that first pick, they may trade out of it or however, but if they don't,
They won't be back until day 3.
Address the next situation that we need. You know what I'm saying? So.
And what is that?
That's
See, this is the thing. Nobody knows what is.
To me, that would be a cornerback to me. I mean, but I don't know how they would. Because it's a lot of ways they could go with it. They could be looking for somebody to replace Buck. They could be looking for somebody. And I feel that, not only a cornerback, we could use a safety. It's a couple good safeties in this draft, too.
But
do
you get a safety when you got both Ward and Tavares? See, that's what I'm saying. That kind of a pick means what? If and you could, unless you're looking at, but you got 2 guys at the box, too. Kwasi's got another year, and also you look at Marcel Harris. Are these guys really need? I mean, I know you can upgrade, but if you're going to upgrade them, you go ahead and you get Isaiah Simmons, right? In the first round. But beyond that, you could pick these guys up, but you just pick them up to cut them. Because they're not going to beat out the guys in camp.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Right. I mean, that's another situation that we got going on, Every year we pick up guys that's so competitive to where you have to run off a guy that's, he could start on somebody else's team.
And so we just picked him up for what? Just to fill up camp fodder.
Right.
It's kind of a shame,
right.
because but we kept a lot of them. Yeah, and there's gonna be some undrafted free agents because 49ers picked those up every year.
Well, what about the cat we got from Virginia, the Harris guy that hadn't played yet?
Tim Harris.
He played.
I can't wait to see if he's healthy and what he looks like. I agree. I don't know. He's a corner. He's a defensive back.
Right. So, I mean, we got options on the table. It's just like I say, you don't know how they want to go or where they want to go with that second pick.
I tell you.
The 31st pick or however.
John, it's going to be fun to watch, though. John, we're going to go. Hey, John, I just seen them all. If you got some time.
Already, man. Already. Good listening to you, man.
Ain't talked in such a long time.
All right, man. Take care
John.
of yourself.
Have a good night, fam. Oh, God, yeah. What a fun night, huh? I had to wait to find out what's in the news tomorrow. So, hey, I want to thank you. Hey, thank you for your contributions tonight, fam. Always appreciate those. Buy me some pizza. Nobody buys that much pizza, but I'm just kidding. Appreciate you, fam. Bam, hit that like. In fact, I'm hungry now, actually. Fam, hit the like before you say goodnight. I can't wait to see you for Monday Night Raw. Wash your hands, fam. Don't 6 feet. Remember that. Don't you get sick. Niners! Ooh la la.